All right, live chat. Hello. Okay, so I know we're going like a bit late tonight. See, I had an appointment and I was like, okay, I'm going to push the stream a little bit because I have this appointment. And then she ended up canceling on me. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I'm just going to keep the stream late. Then I'm not going to like rush and keep changing the time on everyone. Like, if it's like same day of, I try to not change the time on you guys because I think it can be a little bit confusing for people. So, hey, Victoria. So I know we're running a little bit late for this one. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. And what did Vic? Vic says it did. Oh yeah, remember to hit the like button, everybody. Yes, yes, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button or the dislike button, whatever you want to hit. All right. So essentially for this stream, I thought it might be kind of fun because I'm trying to do like 2 streams a week because just trying to manage everything. I'm not able to get like videos out fast. So I'm trying to do like 2 streams a week. So I thought, okay, I have this like list of stuff that's sitting in my research Discord of things that I need to make videos on. And one of them was this email that I got. And I started looking into it a little bit and I'm like, this is actually a pretty big rabbit hole. And I started researching it and I was like, there's a lot here. So instead of me doing like a big video on it right now, I thought maybe we could sort of do some research together and I can show you guys this odd topic. And I think like I could probably do a video on it later. But there's enough here and there's a lot here that definitely it's interesting. It's interesting. So I thought we could look at this email together. I know this email was sent to me like a while ago. So whoever sent it, I'm not going to say their name just in case, but you know, whoever sent it, yes, I know it's taken a while to get to this point. So it's been sitting in the to-do list the whole time. All right. But I wanted to show it to you guys. Let me bring it up here. 1 sec. Let's do this. Oh, and it is Friday night, and my neighbors have some people over, so of course, it's going to be loud. It's going to be loud. I wish there was like a way to wrap this a little bit better. Well, okay, well, when we get down to this point. Okay, so, the email. All right, so it says, I'm the sub who mentioned that the Super Soldier 20 and Black program is closely linked to the Starseed cult. That was the topic of my latest video. So yeah, this email was a while ago. Eventually those paths crossed, which is how I initially learned about super soldiers. Firstly, I want to say that I appreciate your channel. Okay, etc., etc. Secondly, also pagan. Okay, and this person's in Canada, which is how we got on this topic. Okay. Okay. In my comment on your newest video, I wrote that there was a Toronto-based therapist who was allegedly uncovering survivors of the Super Soldier program. If you're not familiar with the Super Soldier program, and then she's going to explain it, so we'll just talk about this for a minute. All right, so from the perspective of someone on the outside looking in, around 2016, an American named Corey Good was a guest on the David Wilcock show, Cosmic Disclosure. Sorry. My phone's gonna keep going off. Hold on. Okay, shh, quiet. Hold on. Just turn on the do not disturb for a few minutes here. Okay, sorry. Around 2016, an American named Corey Good was a guest on the David Wilcock show, Cosmic Disclosure, that was broadcast through Gaia TV. See, we covered Gaia TV recently, and I know David Wilcock, as some of you might know, he's like a big UAP disclosure dude, and he did recently take his own life. I think it was like last month or something around that time. So we're going to kind of talk a little bit about this because it does all kind of start with him and this show, Cosmic Disclosure. Corey alleged that since childhood, he had been trained in a secret program that included various alien species as a super soldier to perform missions off-world and in Antarctica. Because, you know, there's that conspiracy theory about an Antarctic secret base or some crap. There were several episodes of Corey describing what his alleged experiences that include age regression of approximately 20 years, hence the name 20 and Back program, Corey has since gone on to create graphic novels and do speaking engagements about his alleged experiences. When David Wilcock left the show, another self-identified super soldier named Dr. Emery Smith took over as host. Corey also claimed that the world would eventually learn of how much influence extraterrestrial and ultra-terrestrial inner Earth beings had on human evolution, geopolitics, and humanity as a whole. Okay. At one time, I followed Corey's interviews and tried to keep an open mind and consider that we're not the only ones sharing experiencing this Earth. You know, and in my opinion, like, I would not be surprised if there was like another like carbon-based life form of like something intelligent that's maybe like in the deep ocean or something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Are they affecting our geopolitical stuff? No, I don't believe so. But like, I just wouldn't be surprised because there is like different humanoid species that existed. Like, we're made up of many, like Homo sapien, pretty much one, but we inbred with a lot of different ones. It's not inbred. We bred with a lot of different ones over the many centuries, right? So like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something in the ocean that we don't know about. I don't think it's got all this other stuff though. I don't think it's affecting politics. So unsurprisingly, Corey's interviews led to a number of people alleging they too were super soldiers. Some appeared very physically unwell and blamed their ill health on their alleged experiences as super soldiers. This topic was gaining traction prior to the pandemic. Okay. Where does my head start hitting? Okay, around there. Okay. So around 2020, I became aware of a therapist in Toronto named Leslie Mitchell Clark, who has done work for MUFON, and we're going to Google all these. I'll show you what all these things are. Who allegedly used regression techniques, discovered many Canadians that were allegedly potential super soldiers. Leslie Mitchell Clark was associated with the Ontario Hypnosis Centre. Not sure if she's still there or if that clinic is still active. I never met Leslie, nor have I ever had contact with her. However, her name was often mentioned when I heard of the topic of Canadian super soldiers and who is available to help them. All right. Just make sure I'm not in the way. Okay. Some of the possible super soldiers, now with newly uncovered memories, went on to create their own platforms to spread the word about the super soldier program. I don't recall the name of the man from Nova Scotia, but he was offering classes and was charging some high fees for whatever work he was doing. Yeah, all these people are making money off this crap, right? I'm curious, person by nature, and I watched, hold on, let's just do this here for a minute. Okay. I'm a curious person by nature, and I watch Corey's interviews with the thought that anything's possible, as which, yeah, ever present to me, extraterrestrial worlds, also possible. What some consider as aliens, I may understand as deities, fairies, etc. Yeah, I mean, I think that is more, like, I think it's more believable that there's something that was that's always been on this earth, and we just haven't comprehended it properly. Like, that to me is more believable than an aliens that have technology and are smart enough to make it here, that they would bother to land here. Like, I just, and kidnap people from Alabama in cornfields. Okay. Anyway, what troubled me is seeing people who were sick and in pain, possibly needing mental health assistance, being used for fame or monetary gain of others. I'm not sure what else to add, but these are the things I observed or was told, but was not directly involved with. All right. So, because I kind of got talking to this person in the comments at the time because they mentioned this therapist in Toronto, right? So I was like, okay, that's kind of messed up because the therapist is sort of like implanting these memories into people's minds. They're coming to her as a therapist, right? So she's implanting these memories into their heads. But also she is feeding the delusion, you know? So like, how can you ethically call yourself a therapist and do this to people, right? So I thought that this was like kind of messed up. So I thought that we would explore this a little bit. Okay. So, oh, no, not that. This window. All right. So I started kind of researching it. So I was like, okay, let's look at this super soldier. Where is it? The first one that I grabbed was Corey Good, I believe. There it is. Okay, Corey Good. So we're going to look at him. super soldier. Okay. And then we have the cosmic disclosure. And then, of course, that's David Wilcock as well, which, I mean, we can talk about him briefly. He's not necessarily the main topic of this email. The person that I really was thinking about diving more into and doing a bigger video on is this therapist, because I think it's kind of fucked up to be doing that. But I started looking at this Corey guy, and he is monetizing this all to hell. Like, he is making money off of this crap. So also not ethical. All right. And then there was, right, Dr. Emery. What is her name again? Dr. Emery Smith. What was her full name again? Oh, no. Dr. Emery Smith took over as host. Oh, okay. So who's this? Was she a doctor of, or him? Dr. Emery Smith. Him. Former surgical technologist. I don't think that that's a doctor. Cosmic disclosure. Okay, we'll take a look at that guy. All right. And then we're going to take a look at this therapist. Here it is. Leslie Mitchell Clark. Therapist. And we're going to take a look at the MUFON thing, because I was like, what the fuck is MUFON? So I looked at that. I was like, oh, yeah, this therapist is real shady, right? I remember super soldiers from the X-Files. Were they in the X-Files? Let's see. Super soldiers. It's conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. I guess there'd be like different super soldiers though, right? Because I think I've heard of ones where like I've heard of genetically engineered ones and things. So I get these are like a different. Okay, let's see. Super soldiers 20 and back. Super soldiers. Let's do it like that. Super soldiers 20 and back. All right. Refers to a popular conspiracy theory and urban legend within UFOlogy regarding alleged secret space program where individuals are supposedly recruited to serve 20 years in space or off-world military operations, and then are age regressed and sent back to Earth. Oh, God, this is crazy talk. Okay. Oh God, it's like a whole secret space program. Oh my gosh, this is so silly. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, I'm not sure if this is what was in X-Files, because I know I've heard like different, like there's different super soldier, like conspiracy theories out there that are like, what's it called? There's ones that are based off like psychic super soldiers, or like super soldiers that they try to create out of drugs, although I mean that one, like it's accurate that they tried to do it, not that they did do it. And then there's even just like conspiracy theories left over from like the Cold War, that there's people that are what's the word, where they have like a code word or something implanted into them, and sleeper agents. There's like a lot of conspiracy theories about sleeper agents and stuff too. So sounds like something L. Ron Hubbard would write. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So let's take a look at the secret. We'll take a look at this Wikipedia page first. Okay, so the secret space program 20 back, they're fictional stories presented as fact associated with ufology. All right, they present some people are recruited into this secret military thing. Yep. According to the Washington Spectator, independent political periodical with circulation 60,000. Okay. The origins of the secret space program story grew out of a 1970s spoof documentary televised in Britain called Alternative 3. Oh. It always starts with something so stupid or bad, you know? So this is a television mockumentary concerning government conspiracies, inspired speculation and interest by proponents of fringe ideas. Wow. Oh, gosh. Investigation into the UK's contemporary brain drain. What's that? What does this mean? Brain drain. Human capital flight, immigration or immigration of individuals who have received advanced training. Okay. Well, brain gain. That's not brain drain, though, is it? Like, I understand this. They brought in scientists from, like, other countries, right? This started in World War II. Okay, the term brain drain was coined by the Royal Society to describe the immigration of scientists to North America. Oh, like they lost their scientists to North America. It kind of started because of World War II, though. Like, a lot of them were sort of trying to get away from Germany and shit, right? So, and also I think that a lot of them were being recruited to work on the atomic bomb and everything. Hey, Unicorn, Rainbow, welcome. And hey, Savannah. And also, I missed you as well, Michael. X not my Michael. Okay. And hey, Laura, welcome as well. And Lost in Space. Think we got everyone, yes. Interesting topic. Reminds me of my above top secret space days. Yeah, the topic's kind of interesting. I started looking into it and I was like, maybe we could just kind of look at this on stream and then maybe I'll make a video, like a more in-depth video about it later. So I thought it was kind of interesting. So yeah, this is just a fictional show. And it was broadcast in 1977. Oh man, this is so funny. Okay, so it was in the United Kingdom, then was later aired in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. It was originally meant to be aired on April 1st as well for April Fools, but then it was delayed to June 20th. Interesting. Okay. That's so funny. And so, like, I guess it was, I feel like this is one of those instances where, like, Canadians and British, like, we have a dry humor. And I feel like maybe this was a mockumentary done in that classic dry humor, but a lot of Americans don't know that we're joking. And they assume that we're being like, this is a serious thing when we say some stuff in dry humor. I feel like this is one of those instances. Like they took some dry humor, mockumentary British dry humor, and literally took it literally as real. Because it says here at the end, they were doing a fictitious interviews with a fictitious American astronaut. So how much you want to hazard a guess that Americans watched this and was like, oh yeah, that's real. Apparently X-Files major baddies were super soldiers in season 8 and 9. I watched a bunch of X-Files, but like I'm not like super into alien crap. So my mom was like super into alien stuff. And I think I mentioned this in the last stream too. I think I was like explaining that my mom would like tell me that she'd like got kidnapped by an alien or something last night. And I'd be like, no, you didn't, because you were snoring all night and I can hear her snoring every night. But she would make me watch all the alien crap. And like, I liked X-Files at first, and then it just became like all aliens all the time. And I'm like, this is boring. I don't like this. I liked it when it was like other things, like just about aliens. Bores the shit out of me, man. My mom like literally killed like any interest about aliens at all. All right, then, oh God, there's missing scientists involved in this plot. So of course that's probably going to tie into the missing scientists conspiracy theories going on right now too. Yeah. All right. So, okay, so there's a mysterious lunar base. Scientists have secretly determined the Earth's surface would be unable to support life much longer due to pollution and climate change. Interesting. So then they set up these people. Okay. So it's a tie into a nonfiction book written by Leslie Watkins with David Ambrose and Christopher Miles. Appeared from Sphere Books Limited of London. American edition, also marketed as nonfiction. Appeared from Avon Books. Title stylized as Alternative 003. All right. So all just fictional, of course, but people have taken it literally. So not really surprised. You see the term brain drain applied a lot in countries that have a discrepancy gap between education, skill development, and the job opportunities ideally would follow. I feel like that's definitely like a thing nowadays too. My humor is so dry, my British sister doesn't even know when I'm joking. Yeah, I love dry humor. Like, if someone is very good at dry humor, I friggin' love those people. Just like, I find it so entertaining. I love the people too that can do the like deadpan look, and like they say the most wildest things, but they don't laugh and they just keep like a deadpan look on their face. And I think that is hilarious. I don't know. I get a kick out of that stuff. I need some hand cream. My hands are like really dry right now. Hold on. Let me go grab some really quick. I think it's in the bedroom. But yeah, with dating, I'm like, listen, if you have dry humor, if you have dry humor, I will fall in love with you. I have like I have a thing for dry humor. I love dry humor. Super Soldiers was the only alien stuff I liked on the X-Files. I only really liked the MOTW episodes. What is MOTW? I watched I did watch it to the end. I don't remember X-Files that well because I wasn't that interested. My mom would just put it on and I'd be kind of forced to watch it. So I don't think I was fully paying attention to a lot of it at the end there. I enjoyed the first few seasons, and then it just went all aliens. Constantly aliens. Just like so fucking bored of it. I just remember something stupid, like wasn't like Scully pregnant with some alien baby or something dumb? God, it was so dumb at the end. I don't know. People love that stuff though. All right. So it was all based on this April Fool's joke fictional story, which is this kind of tracks for UFO people. This is the problem with UFO people. They're freaking crazy. Just like, guys, do you even like go and look? Oh, did the What Files, did he do, or the Y Files, did he do an episode on this? Oh, he did. 2023. That goes way back. Let's see. YouTube.
Playing from Floria.
Yeah. Okay, so he did like a 40-minute episode on it. Okay. Well, we could look at something like that. Is there like a shorter one? But like Y-Files at least debunk stuff. So I don't want to watch stuff from people that truly believe it because silly. All right. Let's put this later. Let's take a look at this later. Okay, so Corey Good. So Corey Good, this is the guy who like came on the Cosmic. So Cosmic Disclosure is a show on Gaia TV. It started on Gaia TV. David Wilcox was the original host. David Wilcox, he died April 20th. So he took his own life. There's nothing paranormal about it. He just was a depressed person. I know some people are turning it into something, but it's really not. So rest in peace. I'm not going to say anything really about him right now, other than just like, he just added to the perpetuation of conspiracy theories and people being overly paranoid about alien crap. So they went extra dark on the Scully alien baby in the revival seasons. Yeah, I just remember the alien baby thing, and I'm like, this is weird. I don't. Ugh, yeah. That was the first season to work in Gillian Anderson's actual pregnancy. Oh yeah, she was actually pregnant. Yeah. I didn't even watch the last few seasons of X-Files because they got a whole new. Yeah, Monster of the Week. Those are the best episodes. Yeah, that's why like when Supernatural came out, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is what I like Supernatural or like the other one, Grimm. Grimm was really good too. That was a really good one. Last seasons were just a cash grab. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Rest in peace, David. Yeah. So he is whatever. He's a personality that was big in the UFO community. He did have a YouTube channel and everything too. He was on Gaia TV. He had some of his own TV shows, but he like, I don't know what happened with them, if he was kicked off them or whatever, but he pretty much, I believe at the end, was only doing YouTube. He had some books and stuff, but he was dealing with a lot of financial issues, and that's kind of why he, the main reason why he kind of took his own life is what, I mean, that's what he said to people, so it is what it is. All right, so Cosmic Disclosure is sort of where this whole thing kind of became a little bit more mainstream, right? All right, and then this Emery Smith guy took over after what? After David Wilcock left. So who's this guy? He's a whistleblower. Lord. So he's a whistleblower formerly known as Paul comes forward to reveal his work inside secret biological facilities deep under the New Mexico desert. Oh my gosh. Are we serious? Like, this is what I mean. Like, UFO people want to be taken seriously? Like, come on. This is why no one takes you seriously. This is dumb. This is just so dumb. It's so dumb. All right, is there a biography? Can I just read this biography? Give me your biography. Where's your stupid biography? It was like a picture or something it was showing us. Can I just see like a, no, okay, awesome. I want to read this. Biography. Whatever, fine. AI, just give me whatever, because apparently it's not going to show it to me on screen. Okay. All right, so he's a former U.S. Air Force surgical assistant who gained fame as a whistleblower on Gaia. Oh, right, and someone told me too on my Gaia video, someone mentioned to me as well that Gaia TV is also funded by BlackRock and another company, and those are like, you know, the companies that are destroying our whole planet. So very not good people. And the fact that these big companies that are pretty much running everything and are responsible for a lot of our food insecurities and other issues, tons of other issues, the fact that they're all funding stuff to make Americans dumber and make Americans fall for stupid shit like this, you've got to start questioning at some point. Like, hey, why is this company so hell-bent on trying to make us stupid? Why are these like short form content things like TikTok and everything, they've made everyone dumber? Like, people need to start asking, like, come on guys, like, wake up. There's a reason that they want you dumb. There's a reason that they're trying to defund universities. There's a reason that they want you to watch this stupid Gaia TV and other crap like that. There's a reason they want you to believe this crap so that you will just fall into line and believe anything that you're told. And people are just eating it up like crazy, man. It's so, it can be very difficult to watch from the outside and just be like, come on, man. Humans, we are smarter than this. Let's stop falling for stuff just because the editing is really good. Like, come on. I don't know. I loved Grimm. Yeah, Grimm was good. Yeah. I love the episode where everyone saw the monster differently. The one that was shot like cops. Which, Grimm or Supernatural or X-Files? I can't remember. You'd have to remind me. I don't know much about the alien UFO rabbit hole beyond the alien civilization stuff you find woven into pseudo-archaeology. There's so much crap with the alien stuff, man. It is crazy. David was on so much of Ancient Aliens. Yeah. He was on a bunch of TV stuff, and then he just, like, wasn't anymore. I don't really know what all happened with that. But yeah, he was pretty broke at the end. I think he spent a lot of the money that he got, like, pretty quickly. Because even he wrote a bunch of books and sold a bunch of books, too. He was pretty famous in the UAP, whatever, disclosure communities. And, yeah, apparently he was really, like, not in a good spot financially. That was one of my favorites, the Fear Monster. You have to remind me which show. I love Ancient Aliens. Ancient Aliens is so dumb. I mean, if you watch it as like a comedy, that's fine. But I do hope that nobody takes it seriously. If you do take it seriously, go watch Milo, Mini Minuteman on YouTube, and he will debunk everything. So this guy here, he will debunk everything. You can just go watch all of his stuff. He debunks all. He's an archaeologist, actually trained, like has a university degree. He will debunk it all. Ancient Aliens debunked. He does a bunch of it. If you believe any of the Ancient Alien stuff, I implore you to please go watch Milo and actually learn about real archaeology. Yeah. Hey, I'm in New Mexico. Shout out from the newest of the Mexicos yet. You're welcome, Zebusy. Yeah. BlackRock owns everything. Yeah, it's crazy. X-Files. I was home. Okay, yeah. You see a lot of military craft in New Mexico. Yeah, it's got the land has good spots for R&D, right? I live under Bortle One Skies, no light pollution. I miss it. Gaia TV was a bore in my opinion. I couldn't slog through most episodes. Yeah, it's not good. Ever gone down the rabbit hole of how all the big companies within specific industries are owned by the same shareholders and therefore there's no real competition? Yep. Yeah, that is actually accurate. Yeah. That's extra wild because conspiracy brain people hate BlackRock, but for reasons that are not real, of course. Yeah. Oh yeah, like it's so funny because the conspiracy theory people, they like even they watch Gaia too to learn how to homestead and live on their own and not rely on society or whatever or the man for food and everything. And it's like, okay, but you're watching about how to homestead. You're watching about all this conspiracy stuff on a network that's owned by BlackRock, that's who you have a problem with, you know? Thank you, Glitter Flame, for the super chat. I appreciate it. It seems to be a rather lovely vintage furniture store right next door to MUFON top headquarters in Cincinnati. Oh yeah, we'll get into MUFON. Yeah. Yeah, so 100% recommend Milo. Please go check them out. All right, so cosmic disclosure, typical alien blah 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 show, like, you know, it's about disclosure. For those of you that aren't familiar, disclosure is like the whole, oh, the government knows that all these aliens are doing all this stuff, and the government knows about all the UFOs, and the government has been building alien ships, and the government is talks to aliens, and disclosure is disclosing that to the public. And everyone's been talking about Disclosure Day for like my entire fucking life, and it's goddamn boring. Hey T-Bex, welcome. I'm so over the disclosure crap. I own land because of BlackRock, and the video that scared me meant Blackstone. Huh? What do you mean? Which is owned by BlackRock. Yeah. Oh, Blackstone, which is owned by BlackRock. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Not good. Anyway, and the thing is, all this super soldier crap links back into starseeds, the starseed conspiracy, and we all need to remind ourselves starseeds was invented by a Nazi, and it was invented to explain a master race of light-haired people with blue eyes. So, yeah. How did Bronze Age people move stones 1,200 tons with ropes? Okay, humans were not stupid our entire lives, right? Everyone thinks that humans were dumb. Like we are a very young species. Like we're very young, not species. We're a very young moment in time. Humans, we have like 10s, 20, 50,000 years back in time, even longer. But let's even just talk about ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt was around for, what was it, off the top of my head? I'm going to say 20,000, I think 15,000 years, something like that. We're like the year 2000. Ancient Egypt, they used wet sand and math, engineering skills. Humans were not dumb. All the math and everything that we base everything off nowadays is stuff that was invented by ancient Egyptians, and also ancient Greece made it modernized. Ancient Egypts were the masters of math. People from ancient Greece went to the Egyptian temples to learn math, because Egypt were the mathematic people. Ancient Egyptians are pretty much the fucking Vulcans of humankind. They really were. Like, I know a lot about ancient Egypt, but humans were not dumb just because it was thousands of years ago. Like, just people seem to have this misunderstanding that humans were stupid, and we're not. We were really advanced. Then Christianity was invented. And then we weren't allowed to read the Bible, question the priest, or question our kings. And we spent a few hundred years in that time where we all became stupid and we lost all our previous knowledge. So, like, we would have been even further ahead had we not done this Christianity bullshit. Not that I'm against Christians, I'm just against how it was implemented. Government disclosure has been a nothing burger. Yeah. It is a nothing burger because there's nothing there's nothing to disclose. The Disclosure Day movie was not received that well. I feel like people thought that that was supposed to be a documentary. It was a fictional story. Fictional. Blackstone's a company that bought a bunch of rental properties in America, is now a really bad corporate landlord. Makes sense. Yeah. Scarborough, no, it was age of disclosure turned up to 10. I'm dumb. That makes so much sense. Yeah. It's very insulting to black and brown people to think that they were so stupid they needed a master race of aliens to do it for them. Yep. Yeah, but see this like conspiracy theory and this theory that aliens did it, this was started by Nazis. Okay, so like let's just realize it. This was started by Nazis after World War II. Just remind ourselves, racism. All right. I spontaneously speaking in different languages. I had a voice come out of me saying, "You've had many lifetimes in different star systems." Okay. Ancient Egyptians equaling Vulcans makes so much sense. They really did. They're very fascinating. It's very fascinating with ancient Egypt because if you look into even the way that their sociological culture was and just how that they treated the everyday, how they treated like relationships, how the temples ran, how like the priests and priestesses were, like you read some of the old documents of how they even treated like healthcare and stuff. They really remind me of the Vulcans. They really do. We're less inclined to question things anymore. Yeah. That's what Christianity caused. Christianity, the way they implemented it, made it so that we weren't allowed to question things anymore. And ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, like all of this was based off of the idea of let's question what's going on. Why do we think? We think, therefore I am. Where's this math coming from? What's this, this and this and that? Like, and we kind of like lost this. Then we got some of it back during the Renaissance. And that's when we did like a lot of like getting back on freaking track, right? And the Victorian era was pretty good. We kind of got there. Then we hit the industrial age and now capitalism. And now we're back to the, let's not question anything. We're stupid again. We're so dumb. Yeah, human mass stupidity began, I would say began again in the 2000s. I agree with you, Victoria. Yes. Makeup and cosmetics might have originated in ancient Egypt. Oh, 100% did. Like, and ancient Egypt's, like, they were also the ones to invent sugaring, which it's so crazy because we do waxing and we don't realize sugaring's actually better for your hair follicle and it prevents ingrown hairs. And the ancient Egyptians were the ones that invented that. And we instead went down the path of waxing for some reason. I don't know, but I go and get sugaring done now. It's like way better. But so in ancient Egypt, they would remove all their body hair because there was sand lice everywhere. There was lice everywhere, right? Desert sand. So they removed all their body hair, no more lice, right? And then they would have like wigs and stuff made for them. So the ones who could afford it would get sugaring done, or they would have like each hair plucked out by like someone. Sugaring, obviously, better, less painful. But then the poorer ones would just shave their hair off and stuff a lot. But yeah. Weight of stone on wet sand will sink. This has already been, no, it's the wet stone and this, it's wet sand is how they move the stones. It's already been shown by archaeology and math. Yes. Makeup and cosmetics might have originated in ancient Egypt. Yes. Okay. Got that. Disclosure happens from within. You may be right. Don't forget to like, don't forget to like everyone, or you can dislike. You don't have to like me. Would you please elaborate on Indigo Child being Nazi? Yeah, it's based on the starseeds. The Indigo Child crap is based on starseeds. It all began with the starseed crap. And the starseeds is based on original book. I believe it was called Star People. It's in my starseed video. Star People book. I believe this is the one. No, it's not this person. Brad Steiger. It was another book before this one. I have to go bring up my no, it's not that one. The original one that wrote it was Nazi. Then other people took the story and they wrote their own versions of it. And then it kind of went up from there. And Indigo Child was built out of that. So, but yeah, it's in my Starseed video. Also interested in the Indigo Child thing. Yeah, and I'm going to be covering the Indigo Child thing too, because it links back into as well the telepathy tapes, which is like the modern day Indigo Child crap. So I'm going to be kind of talking about Indigo Child, because at the time when they were talking about Indigo Child, they were kind of applying it to people that were on the spectrum or people that were neurodivergent. Parents were like, oh, my child's an Indigo Child. And it's sort of the same kind of idea as these telepathy tapes, the way that they're like, oh, my child's a superhero and can whatever, talk with minds because they're autistic. And it's like, can you just accept your child for who they are and stop trying to turn them into something because they're not? But whatever. So yeah, I do have a video kind of, I know I've been working on it for like ever. I interviewed, there's a lady that used to be a facilitator for the telepathy tape crap. And this was back in the day before it was telepathy tapes. It was called something else at that time. And they were doing Indigo Childs at that time. This was like the 80s, I think. And so she came forward and explained the issues with the facilitation and that it's all like a, ID motor effect, right? So she came out, explained it. There was a big documentary out at it too. Actually, there's a really good YouTube video. What was it called? Okay, if I remember, I'll put the link to the YouTube video below, but someone recently did a YouTube video and they also interviewed her, and her name is Janet. Hold on, I have her on Messenger. Janet. Let's see if I can find her. Miss Janet. Maybe not. Oh, Jeanette. I think it's Jeanette. Is that it? Hold on. Jeanette? No. Okay, I don't know. I have to find. Listen, I'm horrible with names. You guys know this about me. I have to go looking for her name. I have an interview I did do with her, and I know I got to get that out. A lot of shit happens sometimes, like, you know, everything like hits me, and then I get delayed. It's like constantly trying to get stuff done. Yeah, I have too many messages in here. All right, I don't know. I feel like it's Jeanette Boyer or something. Oh God, fruit fly. I still haven't eaten that cantaloupe because it wasn't fresh yet, but I smelled it last night. And I think that it's, or not fresh, ripe. It's still a fucking fruit fly. Where is it? Ugh, come on, man. I have this. Telepathy tapes interview. Okay, of course. I didn't label it with her name. Okay. When I find the video, I'll try to put it below that has the, actually, I wonder, telepathy tapes exposed. Stop. Oh my God. Why is this one fruit fly? Why do they always have to fly around your freaking, here it is. Professor Dave explains. Okay. Yeah. This is the video here. Here, I will post this in the chat. He did 2 parts though. Hold on, wait. Let me show you the 2 parts. Stop it. I thought I was following him. Okay, weird. Let's see. There's 2 parts to this. I'm going, what, 5 months back? Oh, geez, he makes a lot of videos. Okay. I feel like I went past it. Yeah, telepathy tapes debunked. And then there should have been a second one. Where's the second one? Where's the second one? I wonder if he took it down. Well, anyways, this video is good. This is a good video. All right. First link. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, can you stop chat? Okay, stop it. Why does this thing keep coming up? All right, let's see. Human mass, okay. Would you please elaborate? Oh, Indigo Child, yeah. Weight of Stone, okay, already did that. Yep, also interesting. Indigo Child. Mini Minuteman has discussed it before. Yeah, yeah, Mini Man. Yeah. Milo's good, yeah. Entered the golden age of idiocracy. Yes, I agree, Amber. Yeah. It's amazing ignorance because, you know, how the experience means a lie. People believe your information. It's amazing it's amazing your ignorance that you aren't accepting science. I can turn it back around on you. Look, say those words, look yourself in the mirror, same thing back on you. Also, I grew up in this industry. I was raised in this industry. So yes, I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Nice to know I'm the feminist who hasn't shaved in 30 plus years. Yeah, I mean, another thing. I mean, in Egypt, they pretty much did it because of lice, right? Like they're a very hygiene focused peoples as well, which is very interesting. They also had like plumbing and stuff, but it was mainly for wealthy people, right? So I feel like the pandemic drove a lot of the current ignorance. Oh yeah, yeah, Douglas, 100%. Yeah. Hey, Jules, welcome. A YouTuber called London Storm has made several videos calling out facilitated communication. Yes, that's the key thing is like for the telepathy tapes, the main thing you want to look at is the issues with facilitated communication, right? I'm not saying aliens are involved. I'm saying technology and methods have been lost in time because modern tech has caused crafts and skills to disappear. We would struggle to recreate them. Oh yeah. Like there is the ancient concrete, like of ancient Rome, the concrete that they made. Rome made the best concrete that never cracks. And we have no idea how to recreate it. We have never been able to figure out how to recreate it. And that's been lost to time. Also in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, there was this one plant that existed and it cured like everything. It was like a super plant and they used it for like medicine. They used it as a spice. They used it in like everything and it like fixed a lot of problems and helped with many, many, many things. And that plant is extinct. Like we have no idea what it is. It's extinct. It's gone. Lost of time. We've been looking for this plant for all this time. We've been trying to recreate this concrete all this time, right? So humans haven't been dumb. We've been smart. Just they didn't have computers. And that's the only thing that seems like people are using to differentiate is computers. It's like, well, computers weren't really necessary because humans, we weren't in a global culture, right? Like we created the internet and we created computers because we're in a global culture world now. Like we need to communicate across the frickin' ocean. Back in the day, the majority, I mean, yes, there were obviously people and tribes over on our side of the world now, North America, South America, you know, but the main bulk didn't know about that. So mainly the world existed as Europe and, you know, parts of Africa, like, you know, Middle East and everything. That was kind of like the main world. And also then it was also attached to like Asia and China and Japan, everything like that. So like that was the world, very close together. And like, you know, they would travel. The main longest travel would be over to get all the nice silks and things like that from kind of like Middle East, India, China, Japan. They would kind of trade back and forth with each other for that. And those were the long travels, right? But like the world was very small and we were very close together. And there was a lot of people back then. Another thing people always forget too is we lost half the world population with the Black Death. Like we were very advanced and we had an entire whole bustling species and we didn't need the internet and computers because we were all very close to each other. It wasn't far to travel to give each other messages. That's the main reason that the internet was invented, was so that military worldwide could speak to each other in a fast method. Like that's the whole reason for it. It was for military, right? And then it became open to the public, so. Fun fact, we have inspection reports from inspectors of the Great Pyramids. They were being built. Yeah. They did safety reports, audits. They had like a list too of how much things that they were using for the day, what they needed for next week, things like that, right? So There's some documentaries that make me sad because they're trying to force the autistic kid to be like a secret genius instead of accepting him for who he is. Yeah, that's my issue with the telepathy tapes and with the Indigo Child stuff is like, just accept your kid for who they are. Why are you trying to turn them into this freaking superhero? And I have a problem with that. Now, the person that I interviewed, she said that she doesn't really have a problem with it because she was there like firsthand and saw that the parents were struggling and just trying to find some way to find a way to cope or connect with their kid. And I'm like, I guess I can understand that too. So, you know, when I do the video, I'll try to play devil's advocate, but that is my main issue with it, to be honest. Yeah. Florio's, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I know a lot about this field. I'm not like talking out of my ass here. I did grow up in this crap. Yeah, stop hating on her and listen. She's very intelligent, extremely educated. Yeah, I've been in this, like, I grew up in this crap, so. I say crap because it's just like, it's a whole, I don't even know. It's all the woo-woo stuff, you know? Yeah. I'm in grad school to become a mental health therapist, and we watch videos of the experiments debunking facility communication and the horrors that happen because of this abuse. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, there is some stuff out there that I definitely recommend watching. And actually, Professor Dave explains, he shows clips of some of those videos. So I do recommend that video that I shared, yeah. Experience I've known, you take information, belief system, take it to be true, which is dumb. You are taking your belief system to be true, which is dumb. I'd rather have knowing than a belief system. You have a belief system. What you just explained there is a belief system, sir. Or ma'am, whatever, Harry Shannon, I don't know. We learned this in ethics class. Yeah. This is why I hate censorship. Lots of this early knowledge was lost when the ancient library was destroyed. Yeah, Alexandria Library, which technically it wasn't. So it's like a myth that Alexandria Library was set on fire, like on purpose. They've gone back and figured out now that it was like, there's two theories. One is an accidental fire. But the main theory that seems to be the case is it was just lost to time because there was no funding. So like Rome didn't fall in one day. Rome fell slowly because they conquered too many nearby countries and too many peoples, and they didn't have the money to maintain it. It's like America, who wants to take over the whole world. America doesn't have the money to maintain that. Like, you still have to maintain your people, right? So essentially they found that the Alexandria Library just fell into disrepair. Nobody was being paid to take care of it, so nobody was taking care of it, right? And we lost a lot to that. Yeah, like even the Rosetta Stone, it's missing. The majority of the stuff that's missing from it is the hieroglyphics. We're still guessing when it comes to ancient Egypt. We're still guessing on the hieroglyphics. We don't fully know. So there's stuff that we don't fully understand. Yes, we understand a lot better than we did because that Rosetta Stone, but the chunk that's missing is hieroglyphics, right? It's like half the hieroglyphics are missing. So the population, cities, trade networks of the Americas continues to be upgraded. A wave of pandemics preceded the Europeans. Yeah. Heard a theory that it was possible that giants built the pyramids. No. Milo, please watch Milo. He debunks the giant theory stuff. He gets into all that. Where is he? Well, he even has a short about the giants, but no, the giant skeletons of Lovelock Cave. He gets into it here, and then he gets more into giants and stuff. So it's the same like theory here. He even gets into AI archaeology conspiracy accounts. Like, just everyone, please go watch Milo. Yeah. Because a bunch of this stuff, like a bunch of these bones and things that they found of giants, it was fake. It was all fake. Yeah. People really underestimate how sophisticated the trade networks of the past were. They were, yeah. We didn't need the internet, so we didn't need computers. Like that's the thing that people like seem to be separating the ancient world from the modern world. It's like it wasn't necessary. We weren't that far away from each other, right? Population, cities, trade networks of America. Oh yeah, sorry, I read that. Yeah. I heard a theory that it was possible that giants, oh yeah, okay, sorry. I lost my spot. America hates its citizens. I would say capitalism hates its citizens at this point. Like, I mean, some countries like their citizens, but even Canada, it's like a 50-50. They like their citizens, but then they also hate their citizens. It's like a combo. yes, there's social programs and everything here that help people that's not based on capitalism. Like even our healthcare isn't based on capitalism. That's why it's so much cheaper. But there are the other aspects of Canada that's based on capitalism, which kind of, steps on the necks of citizens too. So yeah. Actually, bigger lesson. We need to maintain our knowledge base. Right now, it's under threat through AI. Yeah, like it's bad. We're in like a new Alexandria library is burning situation because of AI. Like the internet's gotten stupid. There's so much misinformation. Yeah. Starting to see clients in therapy, and I'm terrified for the clients who've been using AI for therapy. Oh my God, it's so bad. Yeah. And there's people that are using Chat GPT as like a god, like they're creating like religions, which I do want to do a video on. It's so sad. It's scary too. Yeah. Like a local bookshop started getting huge orders from overseas for rare books. They canceled the order partly due to costs, but partly as it was an AI company. Oh, ooh. And also like, oh, what was I gonna? A thought popped in my head. What was it again? It's something about AI. Oh, right. And they're trying to shut down the Internet Archive. Like they're trying to pass legislation to shut them down. And they're like the only one who's backing up the actual valid stuff on the internet. I'm just like, man, because digital storage is fragile and deteriorates quickly. Yes, yeah. Catching alive, say what? Hi, hey, Draven, welcome. Yeah. NASA blueprints for Saturn, 5 were lost, and footage of moon landings. We've lost a lot of stuff, to be honest. Like we are going to lose more stuff in a digital age because digital is just so much easier to lose, right? Like, yeah, it's a little bit tough. Rome died by corruption of the Senate. They couldn't afford to support the military. Yeah, they couldn't afford to support everything that they took over, and it just Rome didn't fall in a day. It just crumbled over time, and that's sort of where we're headed towards now. To be honest, there's not, unless the billionaires are going to give up their money. Yeah, it's not whatchamacallit, not feasible to continue to try to, like he wants to take over Greenland, he wants to take over Canada. It's like you don't have the money to maintain that, unless you're just going to come in and take all the resources and fuck the people, which is, I think, the idea. But anyway, all right. So Brad Steiger. Oh no, we're not talking about him. Right. Oh yeah, you wanted to know about that book. Hold on. Let me bring up my video. One sec. I have the bookmarks on it, so it should. I should be able to just read the bookmarks.
Playing from Floria.
Yes, I know, Alexa. Hush. Star Seeds. Hold on, this is going to play on Alexa. Shush. Stop playing. Okay. Look at my face. Okay. Mythos and origins. Okay, hold on. Let me put on headphones because it's just going to echo, I think. I think it's going to echo because it's playing it on there for you guys too. So one sec. Let me just throw on the headphones. Oh, crap. Well, there it is. I grew up in an area where cult leader was pushing those sorts of ideas, operated, latched onto some. Oh, really? Sorry, we'll have to catch up later. Need sleep. Yeah, no worries. No. If any of you guys need sleep, I know we started late. So I had a person message me to chew me out for using AI to write a review, all because he used the phrase, what I appreciated most. AI detection isn't good at detecting AI because AI and AI detection is built off of human writing. It's like you need to use a bit of your brain to figure it out. The AI detection tools are just not valid as proof of anything. Yeah. Indigenous leaders' spiritual histories decontextualize it to fit their own grandiose ideas, repackaged it and sold to Western spiritual seekers looking for the meaning and sensationalism. Yeah, that's pretty much New Age spiritualism in a nutshell. The Internet Archive thing, isn't the argument about copyright also? What about AI copying everything? There's a bunch of weird stuff going on with the Internet Archive. Like, they're under fire, and it's honestly, I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist, but I really do think that they're trying to dumb down the people so that we don't question what the hell's going on. That's what I think is going on. Oh, hold on. It's connected to my phone. One sec. Let me disconnect it from the phone. Grab this. Connect. Where was that? Connect. Okay. Okay. Now we're hooked up in here. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, Sarah. AI hallucinates all the time. Yes, it is very moldable to input. Yeah, and it'll respond back with whatever will make you happy too. Like it's a people pleaser. Yeah. It's unfortunately reality. I'm barely able to pay my rent and bills and buy food, work full time. Yeah, this is the thing. That's a trap of capitalism, right? They want us to be struggling so that all that we're worried about is paying our bills, because if that's what we're worried about, then we're not going to show up at protests. And then on top of that, they want to dumb down people so that they don't understand that they should go out and protest something. It's a double-edged, like they're hitting us at two angles here, right? They're hitting our intellectualism and they're hitting our just like, safety, like roof over our head and our food, right? Who thinks the biggest cult is in Clearwater, Florida, the Church of Scientology? The biggest cult is Mormons. I'd say Mormons, then maybe Scientology, but Mormons, yeah. 100% to making us dumber. AI has been shown to create disconnects in the brain. Yeah. And short form content is like
star seeds, birth of a concept.
Let's get this game.
Star seeds or star people are said to be souls from on Earth for that. And claiming that
here it is. William Dudley Pelley. This is the first book, Star Guess. William Dudley Pelley. This guy. So he was a Nazi supporter, and he wrote the first book, which was Star Guess. And that book from there, then other people wrote books based on that book. And this book was all about like a master, alien race, light hair, light eyes, coming down to save the people or do whatever for the people. They're the smarter ones. They know better. All linked back into the master Aryan race bullshit. So that is where all this stuff is built upon, is that original book. When you go and trace it back to all, like, where did they get that idea from? Where did they get that idea from? It all comes back to this guy in this book here, Star Guess. Friends coming by, it's going to go now. Yeah, no worries. Just a thought. I would join briefly while I waited. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thank you for stopping in, Jules. I think all organized religions are cults. I mean, by definition, yes. Because by definition, a cult is religion, right? Like back in the day in ancient Greece and stuff, like they called them cults. That the word for religion was cult. Just cult with modern day has turned into a bad connotation. So yes, technically all religion is cult, right? I mean, really, technically. I think it's a matter of like, are they bad or are they abusive? I think that's the main question, right? Is whatever church being abusive to their members? Are they financially abusing them? Are they physically abusing them? Because at that point, then it's like, okay, now it's bad, right? Now they're hurting people. So, all right. Mormonism outnumbers fundamentalism. I think so. From when I was looking at, I mean, I haven't looked in a while, like it's been probably a few years, but when I was first looking, other than let's take like the, Eastern side of the world out, because I believe Hinduism, I think, is the biggest religion. Actually, let's just Google it because I haven't looked this up in a few years. So, list of most popular, it's not popular, but whatever, religions of the world, whatever. Okay, so now, see, it's Christianity, but technically, like, Mormonism is like a branch of Christianity. So, Christianity, then Islam. Yeah, so it's Islam. That is the bit. Islam is like really up there. Yeah. Religiously unaffiliated. So that's having like nothing. That's actually interesting if it's number 3, because I couldn't use my fingers for a second there, because that's kind of new. It didn't used to be that high. So that's interesting. It's beat out Hinduism, which is interesting. Yeah. All right, let's see. Major religious groups. Let's take a look. Christianity, but see, I would like to see a breakdown of Christianity because it's Muslim. That's like, not Muslim. I'm messing it up. Mormonism. I said Mormon at the beginning, right? That's what I meant. I don't know if I said Mormon now. Now I'm confused if I said it wrong. I meant Mormon if I didn't do that. Okay, it's breaking down these ones. These are like, it still doesn't have Mormon in here. All right, hold on. List of Christian religions. Popular. I don't know how to say this. Denomination. Maybe, hold on, let's see. List of religious denominations. Percentage. And I'm just going to say like North America. Because when I was looking at this, it was more a North America discussion. Oh, really? Okay, so it's saying, see, there's more Mormons than this, though. It's saying there's 2% are only Mormon. I don't know about that. Catholic Church, Protestants. Protestants, I could see. Oh, this combines evangelical. Oh, yeah, there is evangelical in America, right? Evangelical is on the rise, actually. There's a lot of people that are really going evangelical with Christian-based ones. Mormon used to be a lot higher, so I'm surprised it's that small. Is this the entire world, or is this America only? Because I'm kind of curious if it's... Because if we're including Europe, yes, Catholic is going to be the highest. Yeah, this is more... This is worldwide. I would like to see just America. Let's see, USA maybe? If I just say USA. Okay, here, let's look at this. White evangelical Protestants. So is evangelicals, are they Protestants? Because, like, I would have thought that because Protestants were like the more, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Can't think of the word. Like, Protestants were all about, like, pushing back on the church, like taking religion to their own hands. You didn't have to be in a church, you know, you're supposed to question the Bible, you're supposed to talk about the Bible, or you're supposed to, you know, what's the word? So has Protestant turned into evangelicalism? Because that's kind of sad. Because at the time when Protestants were first, like, when it was first born, it was kind of pushing back on the Catholic Church. I thought that was kind of cool. Check out Knitting Cult Lady for excellent information about cults. Yes, yeah, definitely check out Knitting Cult Lady. She's one of a few I do recommend, yeah. Ashwin Dean had the Azurite Temple in Sarasota, Florida, and she was pushing the Indigo Children. Oh, yeah, 12-stranded DNA. Yeah, that's the thing. They combine this, like, science fiction crap with, like, a little bit of, like, science talk, and then people think it's all true. Jehovah's Witness. Oh, yeah, Jehovah's Witness are definitely a cult. Yeah. Yeah, they're very insulated. They insulate their members, and that's a big part of it, yeah. Past history being rewritten is the biggest worry because past mistakes will repeat through lack of knowledge. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's when people are like, oh, you shouldn't talk about the Warrens and everything wrong with them because they're dead and they can't stick up for themselves. And it's like, okay, so are we not supposed to talk about Hitler then? Like, come About aliens, what do you think about stories that the Native Americans have told about seeing them and interacting with them? I believe that those stories were created by a white man, and that was to perpetuate the master race better than Native Americans. Therefore, white people need to take over. When you actually trace it back, it is a very racist thing. Yes. Jehovah's Witnesses are so occult, ban people from celebrating their birthdays. Yeah. They're yeah. Lots and lots of essay covering up with compliance to Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, sadly too in the Catholic Church though, right? So it's, I don't know. Anything like based around an Abrahamic faith it's very dangerous, man. Or at least like a monotheistic Abrahamic-esque or Abrahamic. I don't know. They seem to all be like real bad. Like they are the worst ones for cults. Satanic cults and stuff people think are all over the place are really not. It's the Christian stuff that you need to be worried about. The hard thing is that, for example, I was in a fundamental independent Baptist church, but not all Baptist churches were like mine. That's what makes it so hard to use the word cult for most people. Yeah. Like I've met some people that are Baptist, grew up Baptist, and they're actually very nice people, very like they're like centrist, conservative, but they aren't bad. Like they aren't pushing like evangelical kind of. But I've seen some Baptists that are like evangelical, right? So I didn't realize evangelical is Protestant specific. I thought that it was just kind of like people that go a little bit crazy with the faith. Knitting Cult Lady is a 10-point list of cult traits that you'll find interesting. Yeah. No, I follow Knitting Cult Lady. Yeah. I don't align with any religion. However, Gnostic teachings intrigue me for some reason. Yeah, Gnosticism is very interesting. Like I just consider myself pagan. I was raised in the Rosicrucian order, and that's sort of like a Gnosticism and what's the word? I forget words a lot. Sorry, it's the friggin' fibrofog. Evangelicals are also tied with Zionism. Yes, yes and no, because like I mean Jewish is tied with it, so. That's a complex conversation, I think, right now, you know? Mormon populations can't hang on to their kids, so the churches are hemorrhaging younger people. Yeah, that's what it's looking like, because, like, to be honest, I haven't looked up something like this in a long time. Like, it's probably been, like, 10 years. So I'm surprised that Mormons have fallen so far down on the list, because it used to be a lot higher. So I'm assuming that's what it is, right? Like they've just been hemorrhaging their members because they've been pretty shitty to people, and they have like weird, really restrictive rules. Sorry, my neighbor's banging around up there. This is where you're going to get into some tricky stuff. Grew up in a Christian cult. Baptist evangelical will argue that they are not Protestant. Yeah, I didn't think that they were Protestant. That's why I'm like, I don't think evangelical's Protestant. The way I've always thought of evangelical is it's just someone who's taken their Christian faith and they're acting evangelical with it, because I know that there's some Protestant ones, there's Baptist ones, there's like, you know, not really Mormon, but it's kind of just like a general one of the Christian based faiths, and they just get evangelical with it. I wasn't aware that it's like a specific denomination. So evangelicals are more the mega church people. Yeah, they're the people that are like, yeah, real performance. Yeah. It's how cults die out. They can't control the next generation leaving. Yeah, and interestingly enough, too, if you look into the mafia, like the Italian mafia, that's why they're saying that there's no more Italian mafia here in America, because their younger people don't want to risk their family. Like they'd rather turn on the fellow mafios than lose their family. Like they're putting family first. Whereas like back in the day, they didn't really put their, like, not, no offense, but they didn't really put their wife and kids first, right? The family, the mafia family came first. But they're saying like they just hemorrhaged all their members, and all the younger people have turned on them because to respect their, or to protect their family. So it is very interesting how things kind of move like this, right? I know we're on a total sidetrack, but this is usually what happens in my lives. They argue Protestant were protesting the Catholic Church and that they're the true church. What's the thing though? Like when Protestant was first invented and created, I thought it was a great idea because the Catholic Church was controlling the people and was making them stupid. And because the Protestants actually, Protestant, sorry if I'm saying wrong, they are the reason that we started to think again. Like, they're the reason that we started to get our free will back and be able to read and be able to like question things, right? Like, I think Protestant movement was very important. That they're the whole reason that we're even able to be smart again. They broke us out of it. What they've turned into is sad, because the original point of them, I thought it was really good. I think Catholic was the Bible first church, but Lutheran came from, wasn't called Protestant Revolution. Oh yeah, there's the Lutheran stuff too, right? This is the thing that gets me about Christianity and like any of the Abrahamic faiths. Like, you're all like reading from the same damn book. So why are we all fighting with each other? Like, I mean, I understand the Catholic Church wanted to control the people. Okay, fine, that's what you're fighting about. But like, I don't know. There's just so many people have died over this stupid book. Today I found out evangelical Zionism exists. Yeah, it's like, I think today's day and age is less like, I don't know, I feel like religion's gotten like weirder now. There's more Christian Zionists than Jewish Zionists, really? Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, evangelicals are the ones that are like, yeah, they're the intense ones. Yeah. Okay, so I don't even remember how we got on this, but anyway, let's just roll it back a little bit. Okay, so yeah, if you're wondering, with the star seeds, Indigo Child, and this super soldier crap and all the other whatever alien master race who's built the pyramids and who took care of, anyone who's not white, these aliens showed up and they helped them with whatever. It's all racial based. It's all Nazi based. Okay, it's all started with a Nazi. If anyone is curious, go back and trace it back and you will see. Okay. So, they can't even see that they read the same book, certain denominations. Yeah, I know, right? Like this. Yeah, the different translations. Well, there is translation issues, and I agree with that, but it's just like, man, you all are still praying to the same damn God, right? Can you all agree to that? Yeah, same God. Would the same God want you to kill each other over him? Come on. Like, what are we doing here? Come on. Protestants have become the holy rollers when they used to be quiet and kind. Yeah, they were very important to they were very important to our evolution as humankind, to get us back on track to where we were before the Catholic Church showed up. Because we were smart before the Catholic Church came in. And I mean, it wasn't really called the Catholic Church yet, right? This is the beginning of Christianity, and we spent a lot of time in the Dark Ages, right? And the Middle Ages, but Dark Ages, whatever you want to call it. So, my dad was brought up Pentecostal and whoa, buddy. Oh yeah. In America, I would say America is probably the most like, they get the most like intense with the religion stuff, but there's more evangelicalism in America, right? So you go to like other parts of the world and they're not this intense, other than, I mean, I would make an argument that the Middle East has some issues there, but I feel like, is it not the same damn God? Like, anyway. All right. So to get us back here. All right. So this Emery Smith guy, so he took over apparently this cosmic disclosure thing. So he claimed that he was in the U.S. Air Force, a surgical assistant, claims to have worked in deep underground military bases. There are underground military bases. They do exist. I worked for military for a short time too. Like, we have one up in North Bay, I believe it is, or Sudbury, something like that. And there's one, I mean, there's one you guys know about in the States. Like, there's ones underground. What's that one? I can't remember. But yes, there are underground military bases, and they do exist, and people know they exist. As a secret. So he might have worked in one, for all we know. If there's one in New Mexico, I would not be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that happens in New Mexico because the amount of like land and the like deserty area gives them a good spot to test things and do things without doing too much damage to the environment, right? So I listen to George Carlin when it comes to religion. Yeah. Britain became a republic when Charles I had a low haircut, but it was Puritanism. Oh yeah, it was the Puritans. Yeah. If you think about it, like, America was founded by Puritans who were just pretty much crazy. Crazy Christians, like very intense. So it's no surprise that America's intense with their religion, because they were founded by Puritans, really. There are thousands of abandoned church buildings blanketing America. It says so much. Yeah, yeah. Sadly, now people are turning to AI as their god. It's just so stupid. Okay, so I'm reading the AI overview too because like I can't find this whole thing. Does this actually give it to me? Hold on, wait. Does this give it to me? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, Air Force, 1990, he began active duty at this Air Force, San Antonio, Texas, where he received training in surgical procedures, worked alongside specialized surgeons worldwide. Yeah, he's not a doctor, he's just an assistant. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with being just an assistant, but I just want to make it clear he's not a doctor. Okay. Extensive experience in biologics and genetics. No. You're a surgical assistant. You're not a geneticist. Come on. Can we not? Led to opportunities at Sandia and Los Alamos National Laboratories, where he analyzed tissue samples of various origins. I don't believe this. Drawing from his military and laboratory background, Smith established his own medical and biotechnology companies. After 25 years confidentiality, he now openly discusses his experiences within secretive facilities. 25 years does track with the timeline. Various origins of tissues. Come on. Trained as a surgical technologist and surgical first assist during active duty. That is not a geneticist. Active duty. Okay, Texas, surgical technologist. Contractor at Sandia National Laboratories. He could have been working there, but that doesn't mean he was analyzing alien tissue samples, you know? Founder of medical and biotechnology companies, leveraging military and laboratory expertise. Oh my God. Money. Like, he's making money, right? Media personality. Money. Featured in this. Da, da, da. Okay. What's his business? Let's look up his businesses. Emery Smith. It says what he has. What do they call him? Biotech company, right? Biotech companies. Give me the names. What's the name of his companies? Like, I want to know the name of his companies. Science Script Institute. I just don't really. How is he a senior scientist? He doesn't have a science degree. I just don't really. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Yeah, I don't really buy it. A research assistant. He could be a research assistant, but that's not a science degree. That's processing numbers is research assistant. They contributed to academic research initiatives that can easily just be processing the math. That's what a lot of research assistants do, and writing the papers too. He's a research associate. Again, not a scientist. Though this other company was involved in developing stuff. I don't see where's the companies that he started. He apparently started companies, and he worked at this one. I don't know. He formed his own medical. Oh, that's the Gaia thing. Okay. Also, Gaia lies all the time, too. We actually, in my Gaia video, I showed you guys that there was a writer who was hired and told to lie about ancient aliens and shit like that in their writing. So, I just don't see these companies that he started. A biotech consultant. Is he, his role keeps changing. I believe research assistant, a lab monkey maybe, but he's not a scientist. He doesn't have a science degree. It's not the same thing. All right, catching up on chat. If you're ever interested in listening to some stuff about Christianity and problems with it, there's a couple of YouTubers I like. I can send you a message with link. Yeah, I mean, there's a few that I watch. I do recommend watching like Antibot. There's also Genetically Modified Skeptic. There's a few that I do enjoy watching, because I also like watching people have kind of deconstructed, and I kind of like watching their thoughts on things and, you know, things like that. So, yeah. I think we can make the assumption that religion has always been weird. Yeah. Now we can make AI generated alien visuals to go along with it. Yeah, pretty much. British became a republic. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, we talked about that. Boatloads of angry Puritans. Yeah. Now there's the Schofield Bible that the Christian Zionist follows. Really? Ooh. The Quakers were an interesting bunch. Like, I think that they were like the more like liberal, like they were good back in the day, right? They tried to make advances to help people. Like they were more like socialists. America was founded by wig-wearing white men, and now America hates wig-wearing white men. Yeah, come full circle. Yeah, pretty much. Live in New Mexico, and the Los Alamos labs are all about making weapons. We all know it. No aliens. Ah, interesting. Okay. Pseudoscience degree. Yeah. Fleur not scoffing about the Gen AI one breath and then leaning on the AI overview. I was trying to find the write-up on them and I couldn't find it. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? I'm going to have to read this AI overview for it. Nobody needs a degree nowadays. I got 50 certificates I printed off the net. I'm fully qualified demon chiropodist. Yeah. I agree. It's a blood cult and I stay far away from it. Yeah. I'll send you a message. Yeah, you can send me a message. I don't think that it'll let you like post in here because it's got like it stops links and stuff. But yeah, you can send me a message. Quakers started Barclays Bank. They produce decent oats too. Yeah, but didn't the Quakers also do that whole thing of like, don't masturbate, just eat some Quaker oats? Like, wasn't there like a whole advertisement campaign about this? I swear to God, I watched a documentary about this. And it was like the weirdest thing, but it was like a real thing. That's what I was saying about Christianity is a simplified blood cult. I sacrifice and eat my savior every Sunday at Catholic Church. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Hold on. Let me show you this. Quaker oats. Hold on. This is a thing. Okay, the internet confuses it with the history of Kellogg's cornflakes and graham crackers, which were promoted to curb sexual urges. What? Oh wait, well let me read this because it's gonna make me pay for this. Hold on. Well, let me read this. Let's see. Okay, the graham cracker was invented to stop you from masturbating. This shit's wild. Okay, this is so funny. Sylvester Graham hated sex. The puritanical 19th century minister preached that carnal desire caused headaches, epilepsy, and even insanity. To stop his followers from getting frisky, he invented a bland biscuit-like cracker to cure masturbation and quell sexual urges. And its name is the graham cracker. This shit's so funny. How the cracker went from anti-sex propaganda meal to the backbone of America's favorite campfire treat is one of the food world's most bizarre stories. Experts and historians told. Okay, yeah. The tale features a major American corporation, angry mobs of protesters, a fad diet, and early medicine and all its quackery. That's so funny. This shit's hilarious, man. He became obsessed with health in part because he's a frail, sickly boy. He went on to study the human body at the college that he dropped out. All because people didn't like him. Oh wait, did he invent this? Because is this the ancient incel? The most ancient of incels invented the graham cracker because he couldn't get laid. After working as a farmhand and a teacher, he climbed the ranks of the church, preaching that sex, materialism, and gluttony made people physically ill. Masturbation was the worst, he proclaimed. It inflames the brain more than natural arousal and amounts to self-abuse. Eating and drinking delicious foods, including meat, coffee, and spices, stimulated those urges. That's so funny. He was on a strong anti-masturbation crusade. Imagine that this is your life, by the way. Like, imagine that this is what you're remembered for. It's pretty sad. This is pretty sad. He said, if you're eating meat, you're acting like an animal, and you should avoid these types of instincts, like the urge to have sex. This guy's such an incel. Oh my God, this is so funny. All right, so he got everyone to help him launch one of America's first vegetarian movements by swearing off meat. He believed wholesome food may wholesome people. That's actually interesting too. So vegetarians, well, no, we won't say that vegetarians were created by this because the cult of the math guy. What's the name of the math guy? In ancient Greece, there was a cult, the guy that, there's a mathematical thing that's named after him, and he had a cult, and they believed that they were vegetarians, but they also believed that souls were inside of the lima bean and that you weren't to step on a lima bean or eat a lima bean because that's where human souls went when we died. What was his name? I can't remember his name now, but it's the craziest cult story ever. What is his name? If I remember his name, you got to look up the story. It is the craziest cult story. It's so funny. Okay. Quakers started Barclays Bank. They produced decent oats. Oh yeah. Okay. And I thought it was the Frosted Flakes, the Kellogg's guy. I believe if you ate hot food, you'd be horny. Oh my God, really? Okay. Yeah. I think that the Kellogg's Corn Flakes is part of this too. Quality of Google results have gone down by all accounts. Yeah. The problem is a lot of stuff is behind a stupid paywall. So sometimes it's like, I have to read the AI thing and just, hope for the best. Ross Hernandez is on this week's episode of Maddie Morphosis. Oh, okay, cool. There's a movie about it. Oh, was there? Oh, cool. Okay, I have to check that out. I feel sorry for the wives of all of them. I don't think they had wives. I think this is the problem. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to break communion down, it's actually cannibalistic ritual. Oh, yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Need revenge is a real thing. Yep, incel. Yeah. Look, ladies, the scorned sourpuss. Yeah. I thought that was the origin story for cornflakes. It seems to be both. Like it did say cornflakes as well. Pythagoras, that is the cult of Pythagoras. Look it up. The story is crazy. Yeah. Comedy about the 90s, the origins of Kellogg's food, and the kook who started the whole thing. Oh, really? Okay. I've been collecting certificates this week myself, and I love painting the frames for my certificates. Oh, that's so funny. Nerd revenge was what I meant to type. Okay, yeah. No. At least he brings snacks. Yeah. Yeah, Pythagoras. Yeah. There's got to be a more ancient incel, the common ancestor of incels. However, that's supposed to have worked. Yeah. Oh, geez. Is it Jain religion spelled Pythagoras wrong? Watcher. Yeah, Watcher. Actually, they did a Pythagoras cult thing in a Puppet History. Puppet History is very entertaining. I do recommend watching that one. It is actually accurate. It is very good. Yeah. Pythagorean theorem was named after him. I think that's how it's spelled. Yeah, something like that. A philosopher, math. Oh yeah, the soul beans with Pythagoras. Yeah. So there was apparently Kellogg's too. Okay, wait. So Kellogg's also same deal. Same deal. Okay. 19th century. So when was this again? 19th century. Okay, so we had two like foods invented to stop the masturbation. All right. So this is like incel, the beginning of the incel world, right? So dumb. All right. Oh yeah. Masturbation caused blindness, infertility, epilepsy, insanity, a fondness for spicy food. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. So Kellogg as well, he had the same sort of thoughts to all of this, that it was self-polluting, as he called it. All right. It was really eating meat and seasoned foods. Oh, geez, man. Imagine their diet. So boring. To treat the problem along with a host of other potential health issues, recommended a bland diet consisting of fare like nuts and cereal grains. He even concocted some recipes that fit his health philosophy. All right. So he was at a sanitarium. Ooh. A superintendent of sanitarium. He was in charge of like helping people's mental health. That's not good. Jeez. Oh my gosh. He dubbed the concoction granola a breakfast breakthrough. Debatable. A few years earlier, a different diet guru named James making similar snack food called granola. Kellogg had mostly innovated the product by changing the U to an O, which helped him avoid lawsuits. That is funny. All right. Okay. Corn grits, Kellogg's cornflakes. Were never advertised as the edible equivalent of a cold shower, and it's misleading to state that they were invented to put an end to that. But with John's entries, I don't know that word, to limit oneself, the most simple and pure and unstimulating diet as a way of warding off arousal. It's so silly. Like, that's the thing. I was watching Antibot, actually, their most recent video. They were looking at like this, I want to say evangelical couple that just got married, or was it Mormon? Something like that. And it's just like, they're talking about how like the church demonizes sex. Like it's wrong to have sex. It's wrong to have sexual feelings. And then when you finally have sex, you feel bad. and that, you know, and it's not this like wonderful thing between a husband and wife. It ends up feeling dirty, right? Because the church puts this in your mind. It's just, it's so silly how obsessed the church is with sex. Like, let it go. There's got to be, okay, yeah, let's see. What else we got? Philosopher, math. Oh yeah, soul beings. Other nuts would argue that masturbation basically amounts to clearing your soul worth third eye. I mean, to be honest, that's what they say. Like before you go out on a date and stuff, that you should like, you know, rub one out because it'll stop you from doing the one night stand too quickly, you know? Anyway, we got sidetracked with that. I don't even know how we got on that. Today is a very sidetracked day. Okay, so now if we get back to this. Okay, so we have the Corey Good. Then he's the one that originally came on the Cosmic Disclosure and talked about this super soldier secret space program thing, right? So let's see. Okay, well, we're not going to watch that because I'll probably get in trouble if I watch that anyway. So is there anything that I can read about this dude? Christian Research Institute? Oh, Lord. Okay, let's see here. A lot of this stuff is going to be on TV, isn't it? I don't know. Let's look at this. This guy makes a ton of money, by the way. This Corey Good guy. He has, what's the word? Monetized his super soldier story. Like, this is about him making money. This isn't a real story, you know? They used to manufacture all kinds of foods and alcoholic beverages in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Post cereal company even had entire neighborhoods with houses for employees. It's amazing. It's kind of cool too to check out some of those old places that are like ghost towns now that like shut down. Not just like that, but like there's other places where they'd set up like a whole town and maybe there was mining or something happening there, and then just everything dried out and then everyone moved, and these like ghost towns. And I used to love going to these ghost towns. There's a bunch of them in Canada too. And they're like, there'd be like meals set out, like people left in the middle of the night. Like, I don't understand some of those ones. I'm like, how did they just leave food though? Like, why did they leave so quickly in the middle of the night? What happened? You know, I always find that stuff very fascinating. Why do they have to bring foods into it? They never, their own weirdo need, horny creeper behavior. Instead, try to blame food and spices. Yeah. Instead of just admitting that you're a horny dude, you had to invent Kellogg's cornflakes. I like cornflakes though. I do like graham crackers though too. So, Eric Von something guy wrote "Chariots of the Gods" was kind of racist too. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Wonder if emojis are the modern day hieroglyphics. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Like memes and emojis would be like the modern day hieroglyphics, and like somewhere down the line, like, you know, humanity starts over again and all that they can find is records of all these stupid emojis and memes, and then they're trying to like figure out what the hell we were saying to each other. Okay. All right, Zibosi, have a good rest of your night. I can't spell his name. Yeah. Corey Good, racking up the L's. He just got his bankruptcy case dismissed. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Get out of paying court costs for lawsuits he started. Gaia's counterclaim is going to start up again. Oh, yeah. He's the one that sued Gaia, right? Or Gaia sued him because he wouldn't shut up about stuff that's not true. I think I remember that. Men invented group showers. Yeah. Technically, I would say Rome invented that. Rome was an odd time. They weren't scared of sex back then. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what is this? Oh geez, this is gonna, okay, can I just, oh, what the hell is this shit? Oh god, this is crazy people, like, this is like, what's his name from the Sunny in Philadelphia? The fuck is Charlie, right? You know, that like corkboard? This is what this is reminding me of. Okay, I just wanted to read about this Corey dude. Where is he? Okay. So let's see. We're halfway down and we finally get to him. All right. This is the deep state. Okay, it's overtly look at this friggin' one here. Overtly obvious that his beliefs regarding pseudo-archaeology and ancient alien theories have strongly influenced three popular figures in the pseudo-archaeology world. Corey Goode, David Wilcock, and Graham Hancock. I say overtly because not only are the theories of these three men intertwined. Oh, this is a weird article. What the heck is this? This is a weird article. I feel like this is going down another path that I didn't want to go down right now. But look at this freaking picture, man. Oh, we have the Antarctica, right? QAnon, Inner Earth. This is the cultic milieu, by the way. And I did a video on the cultic milieu. This is what's happened now, is everything is now connected. Everyone is connected, everything. Every conspiracy theory, every crazy story is now connected with each other. And this is where we're at now. Cabal, deep state, Illuminati, escape the matrix. Dude. You know, people that are stuck in this like mindset, I really feel bad for you. It's really sick. It's really sickening, to be honest. Akashic records. Oh, gosh. Meditate, and see, meditation is good for you, but people like who are into meditation, half of them are woo-woo crazy. Chakras, like some of this stuff is okay it's healthy, but like it's now intertwined because of the cultic milieu. It's like, oh my god, this shit's crazy, guys. This is crazy. Is this gonna, oh, what the heck is this? What if Jesus is right? Well, Jesus said, don't hurt your fellow man. The person without sin can be the first to throw the first stone, but Christians, you don't follow that. So yeah, Jesus is probably right, but you guys don't follow what Jesus said. That's the problem. He's also got contempt of court against him for talking about the Gaia case. Yeah, he is the one that keeps getting sued by Gaia. Yeah, this is the problem. I mean, if your whole platform is based off of platforming crazy people, you're gonna get crazy people talking about you. Kind of feel like buying some graham crackers and cornflakes and getting sinful while lighting a candle. Yes. Yes. There's a comedian said, what if everything after a nuclear war, they try to do archaeology, open graves, and they find silicone boob implants, and they say they must have worshipped these? Yeah, I could see something like that. Grandma used to put the leftover icing on graham crackers for us kids. Yeah. Well, graham cracker is like good, like a graham cracker base and like a pudding, like, you know, those like pudding pies with the graham cracker base. That's good. Although you can get like the Oreo cookie one. I like graham cracker the best though. Hold on. I'm going to flip out my drink here 1 second. I'm just gonna, this is melted. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I gotta cut up that cantaloupe tonight because there are fruit flies around the house. I swear to God, I'm like, it's not like I have my doors open. Like I swear they like hatch from the freaking fruit that you bring home. It's so annoying. Spartans kind of started the group hygiene. They washed their hair before battle. I'm pretty sure that the bathhouses were around before the Spartans, but yeah, I mean, all of Rome. I don't think there was really anything. Well, it's good that they were open sexually and they weren't scared of their body and, you know, their desires. But there definitely was a lot of pedo stuff happening, and that was fucked up. That was fucked up. I follow other content creators that are well informed of Corey Goode's grift. Yeah, there's a couple of people on X I follow that have been following his legal shenanigans. Okay, interesting. Okay. You should pull up his depositions. They're on YouTube. It's when he admitted his stories were fake and that he never went to space. Oh, interesting. Apologies for being late. No worries. Yeah, we started the stream late too. The rapture, they're all losing their minds. I had a neighbor thought the world would end last night because of the lunar eclipse. I said, dude, then we're a few eclipses late and still alive. Yeah. After fruit flies. Yeah, I just need to cut up the cantaloupe. Well, when I brought it home, I'm like, you know, you should be able to smell cantaloupe, right? Like then it's like ripe. And I brought it home. I'm like, I really wanted to eat it. And I'm like sniffing all around it. I'm like, I don't smell any cantaloupe. And I'm like, okay, I got to leave it. So I like Googled, like, how do you really tell that something is ripe? And with cantaloupe, there's like 4 different types of cantaloupe, the way they're grown. And I'm just like, this is confusing. I'm just going to wait until it smells like cantaloupe. That's usually what I do. I think Jesus is also bad. There's a scripture where he literally tells a woman he's only for the Jews, then calls her a slur. Also says, unless you hate your family, then you can't follow him. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just going off the like that kind of goes against everything else that he says though. So I don't know. I think that there's a theory that like Jesus never existed, that this is sort of like based on many different prophets at the time, because back then there were a lot of cults, which back then the word was religion, it was called cult, so and there was a lot of different prophets and things, or leaders, thought leaders, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Jesus kind of like built upon many. So I think there's probably a lot of misunderstanding, but I think the idea of like what Jesus was talking about, which was like, love your fellow man and be nice to them, I think we've lost that sort of thought process. Not to mention that Jesus wasn't white, and if Jesus does come back, ICE is going to just deport them. So I don't know what America's doing, man. America, y'all, something wrong with you. I think if time travel worked, there would be a lot more Vegas wins, would be such high bets. I think that like it is interesting because there's physics, there's math that shows like time isn't linear, but it kind of shows that we can look back in time, but we can't go forward in time, kind of thing. So like that kind of makes sense because too, I mean, we could look back in time, I guess, too, with the math. Like we could see planets and stars that existed, but that's kind of because dead light. But like time isn't linear too, so I don't know. That's where I think like hauntings, I don't think are hauntings. I think they're just like a moment in time that we saw for a split second because it like phased in or something. But anyway, I have different theories on that. And of course, this is all theoretical physics. And that's the other thing we have to keep in mind too. But I like talking about theoretical physics. Yeah. My favorite bumper sticker. In the event of rapture, I'm taking your car. That's a good one. Yeah. I like when there was the rapture that was last year or whatever it was, and people were like sharing these tips. They were like, go in the middle of the night and put like your clothing out on your front yard, and then your neighbors will think that you got raptured, but they didn't, and it'll be fucking hilarious. So I'm like, that's hilarious. I would so do that if I lived in like a Bible Belt. I'd 100% do that. I'll send you a few scriptures and videos on it, because I love your thoughts. Yeah, something that we could explore at some point. I could get into like religious stuff too, because I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with everything. And to be honest, I've been studying my religion like my whole life, but more from an angle of like I was raised in the New Age kind of world, right? So, but I try to learn about a lot of the Abrahamic religions because I'm trying to understand why we hurt each other so much over it. Why there's been so much like humanity, we've hit so many roadblocks and like points in time where we dumbed ourselves down because of Abrahamic religion. And I just find it very fascinating, but also sad that I'm like, why do we let this like one thing kind of, knock us out, I mean, it isn't like Jesus ever got to his autobiography era, if he did exist as a historical figure. Yeah. I live in the Bible Belt. I have to do that. Yeah, I mean, I would so do it. Like, I'm in Canada, and like, people around here are like closet Christians, I guess. Like, I mean, you'll see them at church if you go to the church. People are going to the churches around here. There's a bunch of churches, but no one talks about being Christian. The only ones that do are the born again ones that went through AA or whatever, or NA, and they start going to this one church that's in my city that like kind of brings in the addicts, and then they try to convert people. Those are like the only ones that you really kind of like know that are Christian. But otherwise in Canada, like unless you're good large pockets of Alberta, you'll find Bible Belty people, and there are small pockets all over BC that have like very culty kind of like over the top Christians. But those are in like pockets, small pockets in BC. But over here, like in Ontario, Quebec, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, like Manitoba, some people may be Christian, but they don't talk about it. So it's very like not churchy over here. Even though there's churches everywhere, Oh my God, I can't stand those people. Yeah. I know it's a sense of humor. I'd have put my clothes and shoes in the yard, not answer the door and watch the neighbors freak out. Yeah, like people like do it because they're like, oh, they'll know that you're like you're not whatever, you're not like devout like they are, and they'll get so angry. I'm like, that's hilarious. I would so do it. There's a theory, but it's in the Bible verses, was known as the morning star Lucifer, was the name of the light bringer. Yeah, If you start exploring things like Morningstar, Lucifer, and Satan, like the original ones, like you'll see too, Satan was just a name for an angel. It wasn't like actually Lucifer. Like it was just a job title, right? And anyway, it is very fascinating. I do talk about it a little bit in my Ars Goetia video as well. Our entire group of Christian streamers, Christian content creators. Yeah, oh my God, yeah, AA peeps with the transfer addiction to the religion. Yeah, they become addicted to religion, and then they're like try to convert people, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna convert. Like, go away. Very vocal on Twitch. Read Bible verses before they play. Really? Oof. Jeez. Twitch has kind of like gone down to the wayside. All right. So this guy, yeah, he's pretty much full of shit. So. Oh yeah, I remember the people that were going to raid Area 51 and they were going to do that weird running thing. What's that running thing called? It was so dumb. It was hilarious. It was just dumb. Storm Area 51 was a failure. Yeah, it was funny though, man. It was just funny. I mean, the guy who originally came up with the idea, he wasn't like hoping it would be super serious or anything, right? Like it was a joke and then people kind of rolled with it. And I find that story is actually really funny. It's very interesting. Is this him? This is his website? Because like the whole thing is like this guy makes money, right? Conference crap. I don't even know if this is him. Is this him? No, this isn't him. I don't think it's him. I don't know. And he's on different shows. Jenny McCarthy. Ew. Does she really have like? Oh, this is 2019. Does she really have a podcast like that? Jeez. Corey Good. To be honest with you, yeah, most if not all people who are profiting off of enlightenment are frauds. Exactly. Yep. All of them. Yeah. I realize how high of a pedestal I put him on and therefore too much faith with not enough proof. I always credited my belief. That's the thing. Like all these people are like, oh, your mind isn't open, blah, blah, blah. It's like, show me proof. Show me proof that this shit happened. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so that we get the kind of idea with Corey Good. He kind of pushed this super soldier thing. So now this all links back into this Leslie Mitchell Clark therapist thing, which is the main thing that I kind of want to do a video on is this therapist. Because this is just like the satanic panic therapists where, they were implanting memories into people's heads that they were part of these satanic rituals and that they experienced satanic ritual abuse, which they never did. This is all implanted memories. And so there's therapists that are since the alien abduction thing started, it started with therapists doing it too. Satanic panic, alien abduction, same deal. You can link a lot of it back to a therapist and a hypnotist who implanted some memories. So it's all the same sort of deal. And I kind of want to cover this therapist is the main thing that I want to cover. I thought Lucifer and Satan were like his different names for different temperaments. No, Satan is like a job. So Satan means the accuser. So it's not even a job title. It could just be like, let's say Angel Michael wanted to accuse another angel or a human of doing something wrong, then he would be Satan in that moment. Like the original translation, Satan is the accuser, right? It can be any angel can have this role. It's just like a job title or an action, whereas Lucifer and Morningstar, that's an actual like supposed angel. Although you could argue that too, because there's different translations about different things like that. But point is, Satan, literally the word Satan means the accuser. And actually when you read the Bible, it says Satan the accuser. It's just a job title. It's a role, right? So two different people. Lucifer could be Satan in a moment where he accuses somebody, but so could like Gabriel or Michael or, whoever, right? So it's just a role, right? Naruto run. Yeah, that's what they were going to run like. Yeah. Weren't several original books of the Bible removed by the Catholic Church? There's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you really want to get into it, the stuff was never translated properly to begin with out of, Hebrew. So that's a whole rabbit hole, Reading a book called The Origins of Satan by Elaine Pagels at the moment. Dry but interesting. Yeah, I mean, I like religious history and stuff. I do like learning about it. Who's the good one that we can, a good channel I can recommend to you? What's it called? What's it called? What's the religion thing? God, what is the name of this guy? It's not even a religion channel. He's a professor. Professor religion. What's the name of this channel? Does anyone remember? He's Jewish, and he's a professor, and he has like all the really old books. He's like a scholar, and he's very good. He's like the best to kind of learn some of the original books and original translations from. What is his name? What's the name of his channel? None of these are it, by the way. Let's find him. God, I don't even remember. Books. God damn it! This is not it. This is not him at all. Does anyone remember who I'm talking about? Some of you guys do watch him. I just can't remember his name right now. I've been sober for 3 years, went to AA years ago. This time I got sober, had a catastrophic event that shifted me in a soul-shifting way. I can't explain it, but I knew it was oh crap, I was supposed to open this stream about soul death. Okay, at the end of the stream, we'll talk about soul death so that I can kind of like bookmark it for the people that were asking about it. I was supposed to open the stream talking about it. Okay. There was a guy, was an actor, started trying to redefine math. The other guy thinks God is alien and stuff. People on Mars. Yeah, silly. Didn't Jenny go super weird, try to claim her kid was autistic because of vaccines? Yes. Yeah, she did that. Yeah. And then she's like, he's cured. It's like, okay. I lost my spot. He came out with a new documentary that started on Amazon Prime and didn't do well. Now it's on Tubi. Oh, God. Yeah, Tubi's not great. Amber AA does a lot of good, but some people sort of get stuck like, oh, AA, yeah. Some people get stuck in the super religious thing. Yeah, yeah. Satanic Panic, my teen years. Yeah, yeah. Jenny McCarthy believes that fake study of that guy who was later debunked. Yeah, like guy who was debunked about vaccines causing autism. They don't. Yeah. Satan was also the adversary. Yes, he was the adversary in the story of the Jesus story, right? Where he came down, like he did like that bet with God or whatever like that. And then he was like trying to mess with Jesus or something. I think he was called the adversary in that moment. But that's saying, again, that's another role. It's not necessarily saying that that was Lucifer, right? It was like there was it could have been any angel that was taking on the role of Satan with the accuser. And then he became the adversary in that moment. And it could have been any angel. It's not just Lucifer, right? We recommend Nikki Falkoff's work for anyone looking for insight in South African satanic panic. Africa's different. Yeah, there's still stuff going on there too. It is very interesting. What if we die and find out it's just Jesus, Mary, and Joseph up there, and God and Jesus are both like, yeah, nobody else made it. Sorry. Get sent back to Earth, purgatory. Oh God. Learned a lot the first time around AA, but also felt it was culty. It is culty. Yeah, yeah. I like the two guys' channel called T, the rest is history. Okay. Jade, some Abrahamic accounts, is sort of tasked with doing God's dirty work. Yeah. It was like a role. It wasn't necessarily like a set like angel that was always it was just like a job title kind of thing, right? I always found it interesting there's a lot of mistranslations and a lot of things, yeah. I'm sad they keep saying dragons are assembled for Satan and serpents, because I kind of think dinosaurs are probably dragons. Oh, you know what was actually really fascinating? Hold on. What's the name of that girl? Oh, God. Okay, let me find this. Hold on. Chicken dragon. Like, I saw this reel and I was like, chicken dragon dinosaur. This like made sense. Like, let me see if I can find this freaking video. What is the name of that? Okay, this is not it. This woman explained it really well. What is the name of that do you guys ever watch those reels of that one chick who like she finds funny videos and then she like reads the comments and she just like laughs through them? She's like a blonde lady. Actually, hold on, wait. It's probably my history, but hold on. Let's bring my history over here just in case. Hold on. Oh, okay, here she is here. Hold on, wait.
Someone found this. Any idea?
Okay, here. Let's bring her back over here. Okay, she should have the real somewhere in here. Let's see if I can find it. I was pretty sure that this was new, but Where's the chicken one? I feel like I just watched it, but I could have watched it on Instagram too, you know? Shoot. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, God. I need to try to find it. It just explained dinosaurs, like, really well that I was like, oh, wait. This actually kind of makes sense, though. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. I might have watched it on Instagram, and Instagram doesn't save your, like, history, does it? I don't think it saves your watch history. I love that YouTube saves my watch history, you know? But I watch her on a bunch of different platforms, so it could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Let's see. It's just on YouTube, like, I think because it doesn't let you choose a thumbnail quite right, so it's hard to tell.
You know the whole reason I have this.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's something different. I feel like I watched it on Instagram, sadly. Oh, it's a cute kitty cat. Okay. I mean, I'll try to explain it better. It's just the original person that did the reel, like, explained it really well, and I would just love to find the original video. I don't know if I can find the original one. I don't, yeah, I must watch on Instagram. Okay. Let's try to explain it like this. Oh, wait, where did that window go? I lost the window. Where did that window go? Okay, I must have closed it. Okay. All right. Chicken. Oh, like, I just need to show you an image. Okay. Chicken. Let's see. Full chicken raw. I just want to show it to you. Okay. So let's try to understand this, right? This is how she explained it. All right. So you see chicken, right? Chicken has like the little tiny arms, you know? So the way that she explained it, if I had a chicken, you'd stand it up. So like you have a chicken, right? And if we stood up the chicken, we have like little tiny arms, right? When you really look at it, the bones, it's just little tiny arms, right? So like, but we know that chickens have feathers, right? So her theory is, and this made sense to me, okay? Why would a T-Rex have little tiny arms? Did you send it to me? Where did you send it to me? Did you find it? Did you send it to me on Discord, or where did you send it? You'll have to tell me where to look for it. There's too many platforms. On Instagram? Okay, perfect. Okay, let's bring it up. I'm just like, I watched this like reel and I was like, oh my God, this makes like so much sense. But why does this make sense? You know what I mean? Well, let me see if I can find it. Instagram. Does it not show me like messages? Does it show me like Okay, I don't like the desktop. Where is it? Is it like a message request? Oh, here you are. Oh, here you go. You were in like the spam or something. Okay, hold on, wait. Let me bring it up. I got it. I got it. Okay. Let's bring her over here. This video just like broke my brain, okay? So like I was like, what the hell? This is like this makes so much more sense. All right.
I think that this massive
Okay, how do I restart it? I don't like Instagram on the freaking desktop, I swear to God. Can this restart?
massive apex predator was just running around with his little nubs like, this doesn't make any sense. But you know what does make sense is this. This makes way more sense to me, so I need somebody to explain to me right now why a T-Rex is...
That would be Wyvern.
There's a beginning.
It would be Wyvern.
There's a beginning to it though, where she like shows the chicken and she's like playing with the little chicken arms, right? And I'm just like, okay, I don't believe it's a dragon, okay? But like, yeah, what if it was feathers? You know, and chickens can't fly, right? Like, yeah, like T-Rex was just a huge chicken, right? Because like, even chickens can't fly. They just sort of like jump up and glide a little bit. And like, that would make sense, because why the hell else would he have little tiny arms? It must have been feathers, right? KFC will need bigger deep fat fryers. What you're saying is a T-Rex chicken. Yeah. Yeah, the original, she like kind of like plays with the arms a little bit, and I'm like, oh my God, but how, this kind of makes sense though, right? Like why the hell else would he have little tiny arms? It had to have been wings, because like, what is it? The feathers would just disintegrate over time, right? Yeah, the Discord link. Let me see if I can just throw one in here. And let's see. Okay. Copy. I'll throw just her Discord link in. Ostrich skeleton looks like a T-Rex skeleton. Oh yeah, and then I think so Lindsay is the name of the account that does the funny videos. If we find her video, she actually brings up some other skeletons of other, or does the original video bring up skeletons of other dinosaurs? And I'm just like, holy shit! Like I think that there was more feathers. Oh, and then they showed, oh yeah, they showed like, I think it was Lindsay's video. Because here, let's do a rabbit. It was a rabbit skeleton. That was one of them, right? So like, that's a rabbit skeleton. So if you just saw the skeleton and you don't know it's a rabbit, like, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like we're looking at these fossils wrong. We're like assuming that, like, these things I don't think look like how we think they look, you know? Trying to find the username on the vid, it's not there. Yeah, sometimes it's on like TikTok, yeah. Tasted like chicken. Yeah, so Lindsay's one, she actually goes through and looks at skeletons of like other animals. And I'm just like, oh wow. Yeah, like think about that, right? I remember there's a rabbit one. There was one that was really good though that they showed a skeleton of, and I was like, oh yeah, I had no idea that that's what the skeleton looked like. So closer to birds and alligators. I think that they were. I feel like, because there's a lot of baby arms in a lot of dinosaur skeletons, and I'm starting to feel like there were more feathers than anything, right? Because there was more oxygen. So that's why the animals were so big. And like, what if they just kind of like flew around everywhere, you know? Because like not all of them also needed to fly, because chickens don't fly, you know? Anyway, I found this really fascinating. And I know we're all over the place on this stream, but anyway, I found that really fascinating. And now I don't think dragon, but like I'm thinking like chicken. Like a T-Rex was a chicken. It's a meat eater chicken. I wonder if anyone's done that. T-Rex chicken. Has anyone drawn this? I mean, that's just funny. Okay. T-Rex chicken arms Chickosaurus Rex. Oh my god, someone like that did this way. That's so funny. This chicken is a T-Rex. I feel like I don't know, I kind of feel like T-Rex maybe had wings. T-Rex wings. Like something like this or something, you know what I mean? Like the little baby arms are just wings. A flying T-Rex in a video game. I mean, it kind of works though. Like, but the baby arms would be the wings, right? I think that there was more feathers on dinosaurs than they think. I think that all these dinosaurs may have been covered in feathers because that's what they say about parrots, right? Parrots are just dinosaurs, like they call them little baby dinosaurs. So, yeah, unicorn. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, no worries, Jade. Yeah. What if evolution is wrong and they just found bones of ugly people? Neanderthals could have been big, chunky guys, little foreheads and big cheekbones. Yeah, yeah. Like we make assumptions about a lot of things is sort of the point, right? So, all right. Well, hold on. Let's just kind of get back to this, and then I want to end it on the soul death thing that I forgot to open with. All right. So just briefly, we have MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network. It's a nonprofit organization composed of civilian volunteers who study reported UFO sightings. I don't know. I think this is kind of interesting. Weird. So essentially, they're pushing the UFO agenda, right? Yeah. So this therapist in Toronto is a hypnotist, but she's part of the Canada MUFON, like the Toronto MUFON thing, right? Laws from us. Hey, I've been lurking. Explain to me a kangaroo. How did someone explain to that the other day? What did someone say? There was a funny joke I saw the other day because kangaroos have like 6-packs and stuff too, right? So like they were explaining a kangaroo was like a failed something. What was the joke? It was really funny. But kangaroos are scary, man. They'll kick your ass. Yeah. Some crazy scientists could take mix iguanas with chickens. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like what maybe that's what dinosaurs were. They were like lizards and like things like that, but like they had feathers too. Like a mix, you know? Anyway, I find it fascinating. But then also they say like alligators and crocodiles are like from dinosaurs, like they're what's left over of dinosaurs. But then they say too that about parrots, right? The parrots are little baby dinosaurs. Like they're like what's left of dinosaurs. So it's very interesting. So, okay, so this therapist here, so she does hypnotist stuff. She's part of the MUFON thing. And apparently she encourages people, like, apparently she takes in clients that are going through like a bunch of fucked up shit, obviously, and going through mental health issues. And she pretty much implants memories into them, apparently, allegedly, and convinces them that they are part of the super soldier program, which was invented by this guy. Like he just made it up, right? So she's implanting these ideas into susceptible people and convincing them that they are these super soldiers when they're not, because there's no such thing, you know? And here's her here, actually. There's some videos of her. Okay. So I kind of wanted to do a video about this lady because I think this stuff is fucked up, right? There's a YouTube channel. I think it says GOJ. I sent her is about T-Rex wings, not tiny arms. Yeah, I feel like he had wings. I'm starting to think that T-Rex had wings. You know, because like just feathers wouldn't survive over time, like bones do, right? And most of the stuff that they find too is not necessarily bones, but they find like an empty cavity and then they fill it with plaster and then that fills in the bone, right? So there might not have been like wings might not have survived it. It might have been high heat or something like that because feathers and stuff are they're fragile, right? Not like bones. So I do find it interesting. Yeah. pteryx was the link between dinosaurs and birds, so it's not weird that T-Rex had feathers. Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like there's more feathers on dinosaurs than we think. Is what I'm starting to feel like this. Like if all their arms, if they have little tiny arms, I'm thinking like we should be thinking wings, you know? I'm starting to think that we should be thinking wings and feathers instead of little tiny arms, because little tiny arms make no sense. What would be the point? They had to have been attached to like wings, but they were sort of flightless, like a chicken. They could kind of like glide a little bit. Imagine like a little gliding T-Rex. Okay, so this person, like, she is board certified as well. Like, I don't understand how people like this can keep their certification. Is this not unethical? So I was kind of thinking about diving into a video about this. Like, how is she able to keep her certification and be a board certified therapist when she's doing this shit to people? Like, this cannot be ethical. I don't understand how someone like this can be an actual approved therapist in Canada, of all places, too. Because usually Canada's a little bit better about staying on top of this bullshit. Hey, Ken, how's it going? So, I don't know, man. I kind of want to dive a little bit more into this lady because this shit kind of pisses me off, to be honest. All right, so consulting hypnotist. Oh, Coast to Coast, of course. Coast to Coast AM, yeah. Graduate of the Ontario Hypnosis Center, member of the National Guild of Hypnotists. And hypnosis is not, it's not therapy. Like, it's been debunked so much too. Special certification in past life regression. So like, is she a therapist or is she just a hypnotist and a past life regression person? Because that's different from a therapist. And if she's a board certified therapist, I don't know how she's getting away with doing the woo-woo stuff without getting in trouble. Oh, thank you, Ken, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, we only got up to 2 super chats. How do you explain the pterodactyl? Well, I feel like it's a combination. I think that there must have been like dragon-like wings or whatever. And then there was like feather wings, right? And I feel like the little baby arms that we don't find, like the longer bones for the longer wings. I feel like maybe those were like more feather dinosaurs, you know? I mean, that one guy looked like Doofenshmirtz. That was on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. I don't know how that guy is still practicing psych. Oh, I don't know if I watched that. I watched parts of the trial, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah. Pterodactyl had wings, no feathers. Well, that's the thing. I feel like the dinosaurs, I do think that there was like a bunch of like lizard-like or whatever you want to call it, like not necessarily feathers. And those wings survived because they were like made of skin or whatever. So they had like bigger bone to hold the skin. But like chicken wings, it's a flightless bird and it just is feathers. And I'm starting to feel like T-Rex maybe was covered in feathers. I don't know. I feel like, yeah. And that thing. So she might be a self-proclaimed therapist. So I wanted to kind of dig into her a little bit more maybe and do a video on her. Because if she's actually certified, like board certified and like doing therapy work, then this shit's crazy. This is crazy. She also specializes in working with experiencers and abductees in the recovery of their suppressed memories. Memory recovery this isn't a thing. This has been like a disproven thing, and the therapist is always implanting stuff into it. They, whether on purpose or by accident, a lot of them do it by accident. It does happen quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, I was thinking about kind of digging into this lady a little bit more. So she was also a media consultant and worked virtually all phases entertainment business. So she's been in the entertainment business for a long time. She was an actress in LA in the Sherman Oaks Children's Repertory Theater, where she was trained beside Melanie Griffith. Born into show business. And this is the thing, like, anyone who's got like a show business background or go to like acting school or whatever, like they're like, like their reputation or whatever, like they go down in my books. You know what I mean? Because you learn how to lie for a living, right? Like you go to these schools and you're taught how to be an actor. An actor is a liar in the end. So how do you believe someone like that when they're trying to be taken seriously? Oh, thank you, Girly Twirly, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Bats are like pterodactyls. They have skin rather than feathered wings. Yeah, yeah. Like, I feel like it's a combination. Like, it's definitely a combination. I think that they already have dinosaurs really down as a combination of ones with wings, ones that are just like skin and stuff, right? But like, I feel like there's more wings than what they give credit to with the dinosaurs. I'm just starting to feel like there's more winged ones, like more feathers is what I mean. More feathers, sorry. I don't know. I'm starting to like wonder this. All right, let's see what
Contact
this
are
is.
hidden within. What if memories of extraterrestrial contact are hidden within your subconscious? Meet Leslie Mitchell Clark, a hypnotherapist who helps people recover, process, and understand memories that have been buried for quite some time. Head on over to awakenmagazine.com where you can listen on Spotify, watch on YouTube, or check out the transcript. Don't miss this interview with Leslie Mitchell Clark on awakenmagazine.com.
I would have to say
This cannot be ethical. 3 weeks ago, she was even on here talking about this. Oh God. Okay. So the Awaken magazine thing was 3 weeks ago. Oof. I kind of want to like look into her some more. I just think that this is very unethical.
the theater compound and drove into the town of Custer. We were being followed by lights all the time.
What is this fucking editing?
One of these times, a craft comes close enough to us
The fucking ADHD editing, man.
to where I can see movement behind windows. It was life-changing.
If any of you are like listening on headphones, there's like a click. Every time there's a click with the words.
At 16, Leslie Mitchell Clark saw an extraterrestrial craft up close in the Black Hills of South Dakota. She carried that experience into adulthood while she was building a successful career in entertainment and publicity. But over
Okay, you don't need to put a click with every word. It's annoying.
Talk to my imaginary friends and travel and all the things I did. And
I've never heard Catholicism described as a structured, what did you call it? Structured situation? Structured. Oh, I lost it. I lost the words.
Okay, so she's wearing a cross, so she incorporates Bible shit into this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This isn't good. Ugh. Also, she looks like way different, but I guess these are like old. Blog Talk Radio Series, Contact Radio. I kind of want to like look into like, is there any rules around therapists in Canada or like Ontario? She's in Toronto. Like, I'm just like, what the hell? How is she holding a therapy license is all. There's like requirements to be a therapist. Like, I don't know. This just seems like real fucky to me. Dracula had featherless wings. Yes, yes. I don't believe hypnotherapy works. No, I don't either. My dad and his two neighbors and my stepmom all went to hypnotherapy to stop smoking. They're all in their 70s and still smoking 30 years later. Yeah. Like my mom was a past life regression person. So yes, I did the past life regression stuff. She practiced on me a bunch. Like hypnotherapy, you have to just like give into it and you have to like want it and you have to just like let it happen, but you're not really being hypnotized. You're just kind of like leaning into the experience at the time. But if someone's like very susceptible, I can see them taking it too seriously and too literally. You know what I mean? After the horror stories about hypnosis and how they implant false memories you're under makes it where I would never try it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you are more susceptible to falling into hypnosis, like you have to like let go and let someone take over. So you really need to trust that person. And if you are the type that you don't really remember what happened during the session, which can happen, you then don't know what crap that they're implanting into your brain, because she's obviously got a what's the word? I'm forgetting words today. like she wants people to be abductees. You know what I mean? Like she wants to create more abductees because then it sells her story more, and it'll make for whatever better story she tells on her podcast, radio, whatever things, radio show that she has. She probably written books and crap like that too, right? It makes her money. So it makes her money to create more victims. So like, well, she hasn't been in anything. She just went to acting school as a child. But to me, I'm like, anyone who's gone to acting school, like you learn how to lie in acting school. So I'm just saying, I don't really trust people that are actors. Like if you're asking me to trust everything they're saying is true, I just don't. If they're actors or went to acting school, they learned how to lie very well, you know, because that's what actors are. They're just liars, right? So if you're supposed to carry some sort of accuracy and trust with the words that you're saying, how can I really trust you when you learned how to lie for a living, right? I saw a Michael Salla video recently. He had some woman on there who's a metaphysical psychiatrist. The fuck? I've never heard a psychiatrist too. That means that they have an MD. Yeah, like I feel like this is because there are boards that are supposed to be monitoring what these freaking therapists and psychiatrists and everyone's doing, you know? She's using people. People are easily manipulated. Yeah. Yeah. She's cruel, grifting, and people's lack of education. Yeah. And even people that are just like in a tough spot. You know, there's someone like they watch some stupid alien thing. Now they think they've been abducted and they get in their head about it, right? They're obviously having some sort of mental break. And then they go seek out a therapist to help them. They find one who's been implanting memories into people's brains. Go to this woman. She pretty much convinces you that you've been abducted. And now you're on this whole other path in life that you were never on and don't need to be on. It's just because you met this fucking therapist. Because there's therapists that are doing this with the satanic panic still in Utah at this moment. You look at Teal Swan. I did a video on her. The therapist that is doing the satanic panic implanted memories is still practicing in Utah. Utah, right? Utah's the Mormon country. It's the Mormon state that she's in. And Teal Swan's doing the same thing. She's been implanting satanic panic memories into all of her clients as well. Emotionally vulnerable people. Yeah. So I was thinking about kind of, have I studied acting? I did like like drama classes or whatever in school. I've done role play. So like I can kind of do a little bit of light acting in that sense, but like, I always break character. Like I can never fully stay in character. I start laughing at myself. You know what I mean? So like either my characters in roleplay that I've done have pretty much turned into me, which happens a lot. Or I break character a lot, which I do a lot. And so I never was very good at the drama class, but there was a class that was journalism, and I was like really good at being like an anchor. And I would put on like the persona of like I do the voice, you know what I mean? I was doing the voice and I would do like a fake newscast or something. And that's where I learned how to edit film, like physically edit film. And I learned how to like do all that kind of stuff with tapes and stuff. And that I enjoyed. I enjoyed like journalism. The drama class I did very poorly. I was not good. I just would laugh at myself. I'm like, I can't act. I can't. How do I keep a serious face right now? How do I like read this lines and keep a serious face? I can never do it. I always struggle with it. So the closest thing would be role play, like Dungeons and Dragons and GTA role play. But it's like, I either end up being myself. I never really like fully act, you know? My friend Jilly like gets into it. She'll like cry. She'll do like all the stuff, right? And I'm like, I can't do that. It's like I usually, so my characters that I've played in GTA roleplay, I've played a therapist, and all that I'm doing, I'm really just playing myself, but as a therapist. And because I've done like so much therapy in my life, all I do is apply my knowledge of what I experienced as a patient and apply it in the game, right? So I would be a therapist. I guess, well, there was one time, I guess, that I played Harley Quinn for an evening and just kind of like caused a like prison riot, but again, it's like improv. So role play is like improv. So there isn't really lines, and you kind of just say whatever, and people feed off of you. So I think that's like the closest thing I would say to acting. It's really just hopping into a situation with a bunch of other people, and you just kind of play off each other, right? But I wouldn't say that I was like full on any specific character, because I wasn't like, it'd always be just me, but a specialty, right? Because I played a lawyer, I played a therapist, and I did play a criminal. So it was just different parts of my personality that I put into these characters. There was no character that was very different from me specifically. I've never been able to kind of put on like a full on character, but the journalism stuff was fun. Yeah. Yeah. 2 more super chats until the goal. Yeah. And I mean, everyone's capable of lying. I'm not saying that people don't lie, but I'm just saying whenever people like go to school for acting and then they end up in these weird positions that are very grifty, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you kind of went to school where you learned how to lie successfully, because good actors like learn how to lie successfully, right? And then now you're trying to tell people that they have been abducted by aliens, and you've made a career out of this, you know? So he lost his license in Texas, and his license in Florida was expired and suspended when he did the ceremony. He gave her MDMA, DMT, ketamine, put her in a sauna where oh yeah. Yeah. Didn't you tell me about that? I have that saved somewhere, that person. I swear I have that saved because I wanted to look into that. I'm pretty sure I saved this. Where did I save it? Someone told me about, is this the person? Samuel B. Lee, MD? Yeah, Amber. Yeah, I saved it in my list. That one actually sounded interesting. So Amber told me, she's like, are you aware of a YouTuber goes by Samuel B. Lee, MD, spiritual psychiatrist? He was charged with manslaughter this past July for a heart protocol ceremony in 2025. A woman paid $2,000 to lose her life. He lost his medical license, as he was licensed in multiple states, and I think it'd be interesting to cover it. He's still making content. Yeah, I think we should look at him too. Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to like look into all these people that are therapists, or like people that kind of hold, I guess that's sort of my issue too, is people that hold a position of authority, like a doctor, you know, or they say, or they're a lawyer or like something, they hold some sort of position of authority and they're running a grift. You know what I mean? I feel like that sort of danger zone, you know? There would be chaos if people couldn't lie. Oh yeah, like people need to be able to lie. I think it's more about like, have you learned how to be a good liar? You know, did you go to acting school? Because acting school teaches you how to be a good liar, right? Convincing, very convincing, you know? And if you went to acting school and learned how to be a convincing liar, and now you're selling weird alien shit that's obviously a grift, like this isn't real, you know? You're putting your clients under hypnosis, clients that are already in a vulnerable state. That's why they came to you. And then you're convincing them of this alien story. And maybe she's a very convincing storyteller because she went to acting school. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, like a lot of people that go to acting school too, they're very good at storytelling. They're very good at manipulating. They're very good at like shaping things around them, right? Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, grifting desperate people. That's my whole thing, right? Like that's what I try to do videos on, is like people that are grifting desperate people. Like these people are in desperate positions and they're being taken advantage of in a person by a person in power, right? Like they're in a not power, but like an authority figure. An authority figure can be a doctor, psychiatrist, therapist, a lawyer, it could be a police officer, you know, a government official, things like that, right? People assume that these people are ethical in some sense. I mean, lawyer, okay, questionable. I get it. But, you know, like some of these other roles, people assume that people are being ethical because of the nature of the role of their job. But really, it's like, you know? The act versus practice. Act states regulate medical health professionals using 2 primary legislative frameworks. Title Acts, these laws protect specific professional titles. Anyone might be able to. Yeah, and the thing is, in Canada, as far as I understood it, in Canada, we are more restrictive, or like more, like there's like more checks and balances here. As far as I understood it, there's more checks and balances. And that's why this woman operating out of Canada, I'm just like, this is kind of weird. Like, if she was in Quebec, that would be different. Quebec does their own fucking thing. I will agree with that. But yeah, I was just kind of like, I kind of want to maybe look into something like this. But then also that guy you sent me would be another good one. I could probably do a video on each one. Like, we could probably connect the two videos. You know what I mean? Because it's same sort of deal. They're both therapists, but for algorithm purposes, because you know how YouTube is, it's probably better if I do a video for each person separately, because, you know, that tends to do better than when I combine people together, even though, like, they are combined in my opinion, but you know how YouTube can be. Okay, so now, might be able to use a vague word like therapist. Well, therapist is actually an official, like if they use the term counselor, or actually I think even counselor, I think, okay, there are specific terms that mean that they're certified, that they have to maintain certification, and part of the maintain certification, I know therapist is one of those words. It's an official title. You have to maintain certification, and you have to do things like you have to go do special conferences. You have to put in some volunteer hours. Like, there's requirements for this stuff. Right? So, like, I'm just surprised that this woman's functioning as a therapist, because that's actually like an official title, and they have to maintain requirements for that, and that nobody's double checking that this lady is putting alien frickin' stories and planting alien memories into people's brains. I'm just like, why is nobody double checking this shit? You know? Another really good therapist actually to watch as well is Mickey. I think I've showed her before. Again, Mickey. I think it's Mickey, therapist. I'm so bad with names. Nikki, maybe? Yeah. Oh, Mickey. Okay, I spelled it wrong. That's what I hold on. Window. Mickey Atkins, American, but she actually does talk about requirements for therapists. Canada has a similar thing. In fact, as far as I understood it, Canada has more strict requirements on that. But I do recommend checking out Mickey Atkins. She's very interesting. Very interesting. She recently did this video on Matt Walsh. I didn't know anything about him. In my, my video about Bashar or whatever, I showed a clip of Matt Walsh because he made fun of Bashar and I thought it was funny. But yeah, Matt Walsh is like a total douchebag. So I'll leave the clip in though, because I think it was funny. So. But yeah, she talks about different things. I do watch her about a few different things. She talks about QAnon, red pill stuff, Christians. She's very, very knowledgeable, very good. She like backs everything up with like studies and research. She puts like all the links and stuff underneath her videos. She isn't an official therapist. When you watch her stuff, it actually will tell you. It'll tell you like from an official licensed person. Hold on. And this is how you know, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that people.
So, like, if you want to know who to trust on YouTube, it'll say this from a mental health professional. Like, she has like an actual tag on her channel, right? And just like if I looked up, what's his name? Angelo Durham. Okay, so if I looked up Angelo here, right? He's an official board certified dermatologist. So when I click on his videos, see, it says doctor licensed in the US. So if you're ever wondering, if you're watching stuff and you're ever wondering, like, is this person actually a doctor? They submit their stuff to YouTube to show that they're a real doctor. So always look for that tag underneath, and you will find that tag. It's not just on YouTube. It's also on Instagram. It's on Facebook. Like, it's on all that stuff, right? So if you're ever wondering, is this person actually a doctor? If you don't see that tag underneath, then they're not. They're just lying, which happens a lot. Yeah. Medical insurance will be denied if not a registered medical practitioner. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand too, is like if she's a therapist, she's a registered medical practitioner to hold that role. So how is she maintaining insurance when she's implanting alien memories into brains and shit, you know? Like, it's freaking crazy. Like, at least the person that you sent me about that guy who got up on manslaughter charges, like, he's lost his license now, which is the right thing to do for them to pull his license. But like, this lady in Toronto seems to still have whatever license, so it's crazy. All right, I wanted to, and I was supposed to open with this because I told someone I was going to explain it. So what I'll do is I'll end it on this, and then I'll just put like a bookmark or whatever, or at the very least we were like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Hold on, let me just make it up. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, I forgot to open with this because it just slipped my mind. So last week we talked about Selena's, or not last week, it was last stream, so it was like Tuesday or something. We talked about Selena Spooky Boo and the stuff going on with what the heck was it again? Oh my god, I can't remember. Oh, right, her wanting to be like the next Warrens and stuff. Okay, so during the whole thing I talked about soul death. And I was talking about how ever since Selena went through her soul death, she seems to have become more grifty. She seems to be more fake and stuff, right? And that the way that she described her soul death and the things like I've looked into soul death, I experienced something like that, but it was because of too much anesthesia. It's not like soul death is not a thing. So then the people that were watching, I didn't explain what soul death is when we were talking. And then some people that were rewatching it, and I do apologize, my chair clicks. It's just the way it is. But people that were watching it and they reached out after and were asking me to explain soul death because they were researching it and they couldn't find like a proper consensus answer on what it is. So essentially, soul death, I don't know when this was invented, but this is a fairly new thing. Okay, this was like not around like in the 80s and 90s. As far as I understand it, it's pretty new. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. Your whole personality would be different because you're reawakening into a new life experience because your personality experience is different from the non. Yeah, so essentially, your soul death is you become a different person because your soul died. And whatever happened, your soul's gone and a new soul entered your body. So you are no longer that person anymore. It's dumb because of course you're the same fucking person. But people use this soul death thing as an excuse to completely upend their life or turn into a totally different personality or whatever it might be. Right? Instead of maybe exploring what psychological situation got you into this mindset of like completely changing your entire personality, maybe you should see a therapist. But no, instead they decide that they've had a soul death, right? Selena Spooky Boo is the exact same person that she was before. She has not gone through a soul death. And the people that go through soul death, they are completely different personality. Like they are not who they were, right? So I don't believe that soul death is like a real thing, obviously. I think it's just an excuse that some people have hooked onto to completely upend their life. And I believe, in my opinion, it's midlife crisis. Okay. It's like a lot of the stories that you see of soul death, it's like a lot of middle-aged people, right? Oh, thank you, Glitter Flame, for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, and hold on, let's catch up with the chat here really quick. Matt Walsh was part of that channel with the Ben and Candace Owen. Oh, was he with Candace Owen? Yeah, I don't know much about Matt Walsh, so yeah. Are you waiting for Quebec to secede from the rest of Canada? Quebec, at this point, they're not going to because Alberta, listen, when Quebec and Ontario get along, you know something's wrong. Alberta's been pissing us off, yeah. Title Act versus Practice Act. Oh yeah, okay. We looked at that. The only way to Ghostwatch investigation psychologist was an actress. Yeah, there's a lot of people that play a psychologist on TV. Yeah. It's how you can't call them a licensed professional to treat mental health. Yeah. Yeah. It's scary because it implies authority and knowledge. Oh, we got the goal completed. Okay, hold on. I'm catching up. That Betty Eddy said that she had a near-death experience, went to heaven or whatever, and she has her own like publishing company now. Yeah, people make tons of money off this crap, man. Medical insurance will be denied if not a registered medical practitioner. Yeah. Matt Walsh was part of that channel. Oh yeah, okay. I looked at that. Also, like with Canada here, we pay for, unless it's through like the mental health like unit and stuff, we would pay for private therapists and private psychologists. So most of the time our insurance like doesn't necessarily cover it. Some people have insurance, but it's like a small amount that you have per year that you can spend on it. But yeah, they have to like actually have a license like number in order for it to be covered. Yeah. Okay, it's like ego death or something. It's bigger than ego death. Like people are like like they're a totally different person. Like they feel like their soul's gone. They feel like they're a new soul essentially, right? Like when people say vibes, I hate it when they say vibes. I know, I hate the stupid vibe crap. Selena Grifty boots, yeah. Yeah. So soul death, they're all playing a part, like in that show Samantha, where she woke up from amnesia and didn't know that she was a jerk. Yeah. Like they're just a completely different person. Yeah. How does this make people have a soul death? Is just depression, severe depression. I feel the same about Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, soul death is just like a soul death is just like, in my opinion, you're obviously going through a mental break. But also, like, a lot of times it's like some weird midlife crisis shit, you know? I think the term soul death was supposed to mean like super sad or felt loss. It is supposed, I think it started off like maybe as probably like an ego death or something like that. But it is literally like you're a different person. Like you died, you've gone off to heaven or where the hell you've gone off to. And your body is still alive for whatever reason. This is the logic. Your body is still alive. Your body didn't die. So a soul that was supposed to be born as a new person instead landed in your body. You're gone. Now there's a new person in your body. I just think it's an excuse to completely upend your life or whatever. Someone's going through some kind of mental break, right? The event that got me sober changed me for the better. Work hard every day to be a better person that day I was before. Yeah. I mean, that's different. You know, I wouldn't say that that's even a soul death. Like it's just, you know, you grew as a person, situation that happened and it triggered you to finally, because I mean, when it comes to addiction, that's what it comes down to, right? Like you can't force someone to become sober. They have to reach that point where they're like, okay, I'm ready to actually do the work, you know? Like reimagining yourself like a computer. Yeah, it's like that. But like people will literally convince themselves that they're a different person now, you know? It's a very strange concept. Candace is no longer associated with the Daily Wire. You should actually do... Oh, yeah. Candace Owens is... She's fucking crazy. Yeah. Even the very far right now thinks Candace is woo-woo. Oh, yeah. She's insane. But I do enjoy watching the stuff that she digs up on Erica Kirk and just the... I don't watch Candace very often. Like once in a while, something will like go by my feed where she's laying into Erica Kirk about something, and I just think it's the funniest shit, man. It's just so stupid, but I think it's funny. I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It's like the memes of JD Vance, you know. That's where it is with Erica Kirk and Candace Owens. It's so fucking dumb. It's hilarious. So yeah, like if you go on, there's like forums. You can look on Reddit and people will write out their experience of their soul death. And usually it's something that happens. Like it doesn't usually just happen like you wake up one day. There's usually some kind of trauma. And this is where though I'm like, to me, I'm like, there must be something around that with the trauma, you know? Because like with me, it was, I didn't consider soul death. I figured, like, I found out that I was given too much anesthesia, but it's like weird mind space that I was like, my brain was all messed up for a while from it, like psychologically. But some people, they experience some kind of trauma and then they fall into this like rabbit hole, I guess, online. And then they convince themselves that they've had a soul death, right? So there's usually some kind of trauma or something happens. It can be a surgery. It can be a car accident. It can even be like, I mean, some people have said that they've experienced it with like really bad grief or something too, right? So like something traumatic happens and then you kind of like swap souls essentially. So for a long time, Selena was saying that she had a soul death, but I noticed in the other video, like when she was talking, she's now changed it from like soul death to like something else. Like she was talking about vibrating high and that she came back and the door is now open or something and she can't close the door or some bullshit. She keeps changing her story. I don't know if the video is still on her channel, because there was a video on her channel where she called it a soul death. So yeah. Thank you. I hate you for the 10 jewels of floating heart. Thank you. Did you see that black comedian that did a spot on imitation of Erica Kirk? Oh yeah, that one was funny. People were like really mad about that. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. My soul died when I saw the price of chocolate. Oh, yeah, Drewski. Yeah, that's the comedian. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Well, and this thing, if we're in an era where we can't make fun of anyone that are in political spheres, that's a problem. That's fascism. Because we've always made fun of people in political spheres. It's a Saturday Night Live. Half their jokes are like Canada. Our friggin' This Hour Has 22 Minutes is pretty much 90% political commentary. It's funny, you know? And if we're in a free country, we should be able to do that without people freaking out. You know what I mean? Grab my falling phone. I did something on screen, I think. Oh no. My soul died when my dog pooed on the pad as I ate breakfast. I thought it was Dad's coffee. Oh no, just morning poo. Oh no. Oh yeah, right. So dating story. Oh, God, let me see if I can think of one. What has happened recently? I don't know if anything's happened recently. Let me see. What would be, oh God, I'm trying to remember some dates I've been on. Okay, I told you guys about the one date with the like whatever. The guy who is like the guy who got weird about that one sexual position. Let me see what's some other ones. Hold on. I know I often do record them, like back in the day I would record them in this thread here. Let me see if I can find some ones. I gotta jog my memory. Because I've been doing this fucking dating app crap for so long. It's been like 10 years. I don't even know. I think, well, it's been like 8 years maybe. Something like that. It's just craziness. This is craziness. Okay, yeah, I'm complaining about like, okay, anytime I like talk to someone, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get like waxing done or something, and they get like super weird and creepy. I could talk about creepy guys, but actually we were talking about incels, right? I do remember an incel story. Okay. So, hold on. Do you guys know pearly things? Just pearly things. Okay, here, I'll bring her up. Hold on, let's bring her up. Okay, so I'll tell you this story. All right, so I was talking to this guy, like he seemed all right. He seemed nice enough, whatever. And then he was, there's some like red flag stuff where he was like complaining that women always choose asshole guys. And like, there's just some things that I'm like, this is how like incels talk. Like I was just getting like this like vibe of like, I think this guy's an incel, right? And I was supposed to meet with him, but he just kind of kept talking about this weird stuff. And I'm like, you know, I'm feeling like this guy's an incel. I don't want him, I don't want him to have my phone number. I don't want him to know where I live. I'm feeling like, no, this is danger zone, right? So I had made plans with him, but then he got weird. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to cancel plans with you. I'm just not feeling it. And then he like went on this big rant and he's like, yeah, it's because you want a guy who's like, just like gonna be a bitch to you or like be an asshole and treat you like shit. And he's like, you know, you should watch Just Pearly Things. She knows how to be a real woman. And I'm like, wow, okay, you are an incel. So if any of you guys don't know about Just Pearly Things, she is a female incel. She pushes the whole incel agenda, and everything she says is she just parroting what all these men say, right? Not married though. She's not married. Technically, she's like used up. She has a body count. So like, I don't even know why she does this crap. So she pushes all this weird stuff. And the thing is, she started off at first trying to be like I guess an influencer, but like dating and other crap. And then she went down this whole incel path. So she's like, there are women in the world that make life harder for women, you know, that make it harder for us to sort of get a leg up and actually do well in life, you know. And they're the women that are always pushing back on feminism. And yes, we call her a pick-me. She is a pick-me. That's what it comes down to. She wants these incel men. She wants men to love her so much that she transferred her whole personality to become a weird incel. And she talks about women need to be trad wives, women need to be this, women need to be that. But she's not like that, though. Like, she dates different men. She sleeps around. She doesn't dress like how she says women should dress. She's always, oh, and she always like is releasing these like percentages as if they're real, right? Like, she'll always constantly be like, you know, well, 70% of marriages end in divorce. And, you know, they end in divorce with women who had a body count going into the marriage. And, like, just stupid shit like this, right? And so she's like the worst. So yeah, so that guy, he got, like, after I like canceled plans with him, he told me I needed to be more like her, told me to research her and watch her shit. Then he kept like sending me more messages and getting like freaking aggressive and stuff. So I ended up reporting him and everything to the dating app thing too, right? Because I'm like, this guy's insane. But I was like, man, I'm like, I just like kind of dodged a bullet. Cause it's just like, I don't know. There's just like little things that he was saying that I'm like, this feels like incel vibes. And it was just like the way that he was talking about women. It's like anytime I talk to a guy and if he calls like women bitches or, oh, my ex was a bitch, I'm like, no, I unmatch. Like, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, she's super red pilled. She's insane. Actually, I wonder if there's hold on, there's probably some clips that we don't have to watch her entire fucking thing. I mean, yeah, Swoop did a episode of her too. It's obviously very long. I just want to see if there's some clips of her somewhere. I don't know. Let's take a look at the Swoop thing really quick.
People constantly call me a grifter. And I was really confused when I first got in the space. I was like, what the hell is a grifter? And so
yeah, look, that was her beside Andrew Tate. Hold on.
People constantly call me a grifter. And I was really confused when I first got in.
Oh yeah, see, this is the what's the name of their podcast? They're like a super red pill podcast. Oh, Fresh and Fit. Yeah, Fresh and
the
Fit.
Space. I was like, what the hell is
There's her with Andrew Tate. She's friends with Andrew Tate.
a grifter? And so I Googled it. I'm a Googler. You know what I mean? Let me just to make sure I got it right. The definition of a grifter. A person who engages in petty or small scale swindling. A fraud. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, a fraud? What do I sell? I don't sell anything. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm thinking about selling a YouTube course. This idea that women are naturally better parents is not true. It is not the case. I would argue that men are the most discriminated group against in society.
Marriage is a bad deal for men. This statement is simply a fact.
I say, hey, fat chicks are fat. And they get mad at me. I mean, they're fat.
This week, she's facing a major backlash for posting a song titled, Why Can't We Talk About the Jews? Why did you do that?
Women ruin relationships and they ruin families.
I actually think that, women like to be cheated on. I found out that only 5% of women wanted the right to vote.
Women cry abuse for everything, and we've actually lost the meaning of abuse. The feminists do is they expand the definition of abuse to include things like coercive control, financial abuse, and even physical abuse.
I got banned off of TikTok. Yes.
Where were you on?
That's like a little clip. This is a little bit about her. She's insane. I do recommend you watch the Swoop doc. I know like not everyone likes Swoop. I don't know. Someone told me that Swoop is misogynistic. I didn't really get that vibe, but okay. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, just Pearly Things is, yeah. There's just some women out in the world that just want to further the downfall of women. I swear to God. All right. Let's see. What else did you say? I'm just checking chat. I think you should, but next time you're going to date, put some red pepper flakes in like rubbing alcohol perfume things. You have your own pepper spray. I don't know. I can't remember. You know what they say to do is like cover yourself in glitter apparently, because they can like trace the glitter back or something if you die. I have a running joke with KK that I'm looking for my serial killer. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, whatever, put me out of my fucking misery. I don't even care anymore. I don't date anymore. I'm in my crone era. Yeah. Almost 57, been single for 4 years, loving every minute of it. Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I haven't been dating for like the last 3 years, so I just kind of got back into it again. But you know, they say it's until once they say, I'm a nice guy. Yeah, that's what he started with, I believe it was. Yeah, he was like, I'm a nice guy, and girls never choose the nice guy. And I'm like, And then he kept going on about that and kept harping on that. And that's why I was like, okay, no. Relationships are exhausting. I love having to not maintain a relationship. Yeah, I mean, I was saying I go through like long periods where I'm kind of like that, like, you know, and I did like 3 years of that, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I just felt like kind of dating again, but the guys are kind of shitty, man. It's been sucking. Yeah. Calling the ex a bitch 99% of the time is a huge red flag. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like anytime that the person talks about their ex and blames their ex for everything that went wrong, I'm like, no, you clearly are the problem. Like they're always the problem. I know, like I was talking to a guy today and he's like, asked what my red flags are. And I'm like, hon, I have a list. Okay. You can't like, I can't just tell you, I can't just label off a few red flags. There is a list and, I don't even know the whole list. It's kind of like at this point is like when something happens and it triggers in my brain, like, oh, red flag. That's sort of where I'm at now. Hate you. Thank you for the 800 joules. You little turn it up emote. Thank you. Obviously disturbed individual. Oh yeah. Pearly Things is like, it's fascinating to like learn about her and like sort of watch a bit about the documentary. Don't watch her directly. Watch her through people that are being critical of her, right? So she will piss you off if you watch her on her own. But it's like these are the type of people that are trying to take away like women's right to vote and shit. And all it takes is one woman to back that stuff, and it like throws everything. It just puts a wrench in any sort of, I don't know. We get like, you know, one step forward, 2 steps back. Anytime we have like one of these pick-me women that do this shit, always brings us back again, right? I just can't stand women like this. Piece of shit. I don't get how complaining women don't like men like you and how awful all your exes are supposed to be attractive. I don't know what goes through their head when they say this stuff. I think sometimes they just want to like vent and they don't even fucking care how insane they sound. I don't know. Although, like, I mean, when you're younger, I think, or when you're in a certain position, I think you kind of do fall for some of that at first. And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, you know? But I think it's like after I've dated a couple of those and realized that I'm like, oh, yeah, you're the problem. Now it's like, okay, now that's a red flag for me. So, yeah. I swear at this point, hetero relationships make no sense to me. Men and women are wired so differently. They are, but then in the same breath too, like, because I am queer. So in the same breath, like dating a woman, it can get boring because you don't have, I don't know. I guess I like a little bit of spice in life. You don't have friction as much, you know, as you do between like the two different sexes. And I find it like more unique and interesting when you have that difference. But I guess it kind of depends too. I mean, it depends who you find. So, but definitely it is tougher to date men. Women, I don't know. I just don't really date women through apps because like I'm very picky with women. And I think maybe that's also part of it too. So I don't know. Look up Anita Bryant, the same shit. Oh, is that another woman that's doing this crap? Yeah, these ones are like, I don't know. They are just like bringing us back. Oh, right. This is the woman that, yeah. This is the woman from like 1940s, right? Like the 1950s or something. She did a bunch of stuff that like threw us back in the day. She would go to rallies and stuff and she'd be like she was against like LGBTQ, like, you know, gay rights. She was against like women's right to vote and stuff. And she was essentially one of these like figurehead women that they would put in a microphone to prove why they don't need to give women their rights. Yeah. This woman is a piece of shit. Yeah. Some women in life are just pick-me's. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sadly. All right. I'm going to wrap this up because I know we started late. And we're going late into the night already. So But thank you guys for stopping by. And yes, I will try to remind people that I put the sort of deaf kind of thing in there. I don't like it's just high level. I kind of explain it, but that's what it comes down to. It's not even ego death. Like ego death is like, you can do that in therapy and like you can actually, it can be a sort of therapeutic thing because it is tied to Freud and such, but it's not even that. It's not even like, it's literally people like literally think they're a different person. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But thank you guys for coming by, and I appreciate all of you that stopped in to hang out. And yeah, so I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. I do have like a video I'm going to work on, but I think I want to do some of these videos with therapists, I think, and kind of talk about, yeah, if you did if you just showed up, the soul death thing, it was around like 2:40. It wasn't that long ago. We just talked about it. So 2:40, I talked about it. But yeah, like, I think it might be fun to kind of do, not fun, interesting to kind of talk about people that are in these positions of authority and them like causing damage to people that are in, because we already did Till Swan, right? So I think it would make sense for us to talk about this. I want to talk about this trauma therapist, but then also the one that you sent me too, because he was just charged with manslaughter. So like that was very recent. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. Yeah. All right. Look forward to it. Yes. Yes. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to talk about next week. I'll come up with some plans. But if any of you guys want a specific topic or anything covered in a live where we kind of talk about things together, let me know below. If you're watching later or whatever, you can reach out to me and then we can look at some topics that we can review together. Yeah. I want to try to aim to do 2 lives a week. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate it. You guys have a good rest of your night. All right. Bye, guys.